Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is The 100 Line Last Defense Academy. Please disregard the "do not feed the streamers" signs. If you are concerned that by feeding him, you will make him dependent on the kindness of strangers and forget how to fend for himself, don't worry. He forgot how to fend for himself already a long time ago. Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? I see over on Twitch, Queen Katie was here first saying howdy, and then Jean says hi. Queen Katie says another day, another stream, another day where nobody dies, frowny face. I mean, it's not like nobody dies. Some people have died, they just keep coming back to life. It's just nobody on the counters. Although I guess Sirei and Nigao and possibly Hiruko have died permanently maybe, and some of the enemy commanders, but nobody that we care about has died. But how you doing? Mimo Mickey said, been a bit since I went to a stream of Logan's laughing. Mimo Mickey, remind me, have you played 100 Line? Because, of course, I know that you're into all the Danganronpa stuff, and this is very, very Danganronpa-esque. Quiggity says, I'm looking at 3 zeros on my stream deck. Frulzy on Twitch with a party popper. How you doing, Frulzy? Speaking of Twitch and YouTube, over on YouTube, we got Tacos saying, I'm waiting. What's up, gays? I mean, guys, I think my sink water is contaminated. Have you received a boil notice? Do you need to, boil it? Be careful. Jax says, then please get it checked and don't drink it. And have a great stream, everyone. You gotta leave, Jax. Thank you for popping in to say hi. And Taco says, hi, Jax. I won't drink it, don't worry. Over on Twitch, Frulzy says, just as long as you don't feed him after midnight. That is right. I am part Mogwai. I will turn into a gremlin if you feed me after midnight. That's not true. If you feed me after midnight, I'll probably just have, acid reflux. Or something like that instead. I gotta say, I think about the Gremlins movies a lot these days, because whenever I do Duolingo, if the word for souvenir comes up, omiyage, I always think of Mr. Miyagi from Gremlins. So he's basically he runs this little souvenir shop, and I guess his name is Mr. Souvenir, I suppose. Queen said, by the way, I realized something, Chad. Logan's camera blocks Takami's icon during battles, so I have to really pay attention if he ever dies. I'm sorry. Maybe I should move my camera around to different places. I guess it's another reason why one day I should just become a VTuber, because then I'd be down the bottom of the screen and I wouldn't be blocking important UI stuff. But how is everybody doing? How are all of you? How are you, Queen Katie, Jean, Mimo Mickey, Frulzy, Taco? I guess Jax already left, but I hope you're doing well, Jax. And Frulzy says it was planned all along. Oh, and there's Queen Katie's streak. 5 stream streak. All right, well, let's go ahead and load up our game where we left off last time. So yes, we did save. It is technically still the evening of the 29th. I put on the stream title day 30, but I think we're just going to bed right now or something. Wait, or are we going to bed, or are we supposed to talk to everybody? Can we? I don't seem to be able to access. Oh, wait, there we go. Wrong button. Oh, looks like everybody's in the room. Oh, except for Yugumo. I'll talk to him. He's probably gonna have creepy, inappropriate things to say. So this is gonna be his room then. So yeah, so we already got our new friends moved in. And this last one's gotta be for, there was someone at the second to last defense academy who was captured by the enemy. And so I'm guessing we'll find her at some point. I can't remember what her name was. It was Moko or something like that. And she'll probably move in there. There you are, Yugamu, however you say your name. Let's talk to you, Gamu. Quite the view you got here. Those undying flames we've heard so much about. Oh, sorry, say those the undying flames we've heard so much about. Yeah, I still have trouble believing any of this is real sometimes. By the way, I did a quick sweep of the rooftop, and it looks like there are enough rooms for all of us. If there was any doubt our team was always supposed to join you here, that's pretty decent proof of it, right? Well, who was it that posted the pictures in the Discord that at the beginning of the game when we woke up in the classroom, there were empty desks of the same number as the people at second to last Defense Academy, right? I guess so. Anything else to say? Quite the view you... Oh, same thing. All right, let's go to sleep and move on to day 30 and see what that has in store for us. Takumi home. Phew. Alone in my old familiar room, I slumped down onto the bed. After the storm, the other academy, and many battles of the last few days, it actually felt kind of nice to be back here. But this wasn't where I really wanted to be. I wanted, there's a TTS coming in here now, huh?
I am finishing season 7 of Dexter.
7 already?
So I can't hear anything, Aaron, but I'll be back in like half an hour. 3.
Oh, we should give fake Dexter spoilers. It turns out that nobody Dexter killed really died. It was all an elaborate prank. This is not really a serial killer. But thank you very much, Oak, for the 10 bits. You can't hear me, but I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. I'll read a couple more comments in the chat. I'm sure that more people have kind of filtered in now. Quickett says, 5 streaks, my fave number. Yippee! Well, the problem is if the streak keeps going, then it's going to leave the number 5. So you're going to have to, like, miss every 6th stream in order to have it just like keep going back up to 5 over and over again, or will you keep going? Meanwhile, Mickey said, I played 100 line, beaten route 0, so I'm grinding while you playing this. Vero says, wow, P5S is almost over. I gotta think about the next ribbon, Harold. I gotta think about what game we're gonna play next. I do worry that 100 line, it feels like it's dragging a bit, probably because we're only playing it about once a week. But on the plus side, we're now getting much farther ahead with Persona 5 Strikers, because previously we've had a lot of instances of major games ending at the same time, starting at the same time. It's nice to stagger them. But how you doing, Vero? Quiggin says, maybe Gaku? Vero says, I do adore him. Frilzy says, acid reflux, ... Honestly, just as bad as Gremlins. Maybe worse. I feel like Gremlins are more whimsical than acid reflux, Frilzy. But maybe that's just me. Back over on YouTube. Let's see, Taco says, Frozy, you betrayed us, YouTube people. Brian Stefferson says, yo, how you doing, Brian Stefferson? Taco says, yo, Brian Stefferson says, what up? I think my girlfriend is kind of mad at me, so I don't have school when I go back. I'm having to say, I'm sorry. Wait, was this the one that you were still getting the birthday present for on the 2nd? I'm sorry if she's mad at you. That, I guess, is the one good thing about myself being chronically forever lonely and single, is that no one gets mad at me. Taco says, that must suck, man. Hope it gets better. I hope it gets better for you too. Brian Stefferson said, yeah, I'm gonna have to say sorry. Well, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta swallow your pride, be the bigger man, and apologize. I mean, if you have a girlfriend, hopefully you are the bigger man anyway, because like if it's a girlfriend, she's a girl. It'd be weird if she was a girl and a man. I don't know, maybe she's like conjoined fraternal twins. I don't think that's possible. Maybe surgeries you can attach two together. But this wasn't where I really wanted to be. I wanted my real room, the one back home in the TRC. I'll survive and go home. I will. I have to. But would the real Karuwa be there waiting for me? Or was she already here? It's way too late in the day for me to start thinking about this stuff. It can wait until tomorrow. Honk shoe, honk shoe. Honk shoe. Tomorrow would be a new day. I allowed myself to relax and eventually fell asleep. No Monokuma Theater for us, though. Day 30! Okay, it took 10 minutes, but now the stream title is no longer a lie. A filthy, stinking lie!
Up and Adam troops!
He's dressed snazzy.
Time to rise and shine!
What's the special occasion, Sire? You're looking nice, even have a little bow tie.
As commanding officer responsible for the school and its students, I have an announcement to make. Get ready for your 30th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy.
Oh, what an unusual announcement.
Down and dirty, it's day 30.
Yeah, rhymes.
And you know what that means?
You know what that means? It's what it seems. Everything else better rhyme, bro.
I've unlocked some new classrooms to celebrate.
Oh.
What did you get access to this time, you
I
ask?
don't know. I hope it's not inappropriate.
On the first floor, it's the metal shop. And on the second floor, the biolab.
Great.
As usual, you can ask me more about how they work in person. See you there.
Obviously, for those who play this, don't tell me, but I'm curious if, like, some of the other routes, you can stop Sirei from dying and, like, be able to talk to him, because it is so weird that he's supposedly dead. Again, I don't know if he's replaceable like a Monokuma, but he's still doing the announcements. And I guess that's just the joke. He's like, hey, you can talk to me in person. New school facilities, huh? Well, that can wait. First, I have to meet up with everyone in the cafeteria. All right, let's head outside and talk to people on our way down. Let's see. Vero says, genius. Katie Quiggett says, you're welcome. Vero said, if Logan ever buys a green screen, I'd be devastated. It's no Logan stream without the blanket. I tried to get a green screen set up, actually, at one point. I don't know if I've talked about this before. I bought a sheet of green fabric, and I had a thing to hang it. In fact, I'm looking at it right over here. But, crap, there's some stuff on top of it, and I don't want to, like, dig through and get it right now. But the problem is, when I got it, it was before I painted the walls, especially. I haven't tried it since then, but before I painted the walls and everything was so yellow and it messed with the white balance on the camera. And so the green didn't show up green on the camera, and it was very difficult to chroma key. And so, but that's what no, crap, I think I told you guys about that, because that is what I used to do the Valentine's stream way back when. You guys remember? I kind of did. It was a very crappy chroma key and didn't work out very well. And I had to like change the color levels, and so I looked very bizarre. I think it looked very pinkish in it. So if you go back, I did use that back then. That was a thing. I could go back to doing it now, and then maybe just wrap myself in the blanket. Would that count? Miyomi said, "So who's Logan's favorite character so far?" I think it depends. Somebody asked me last time, right? In combat, it is Darumi. She is, in my opinion, the most useful person. Character-wise, I'm really not sure. I feel bad saying that. But okay, let's talk to Nozomi, even though I still don't trust her. Good morning, Takumi. Morning. I still can't make myself believe Nozomi and Karuha are different people. They're just too alike. Oh, Mimomiki, if you haven't been here since the beginning, I do have theories. I do have some theories that I'm very dead set on. My main theory is that Eito is really the real Karuha, and is just wearing the big puffy coat to hide the womanly figure within. I think Nozomi is like a clone of Karuha, and that we had that flashback when Protag and Karuha were little kids, and Karuha got into a car accident and got a big scar on her stomach, and I think that's going to come into play later. There's going to be like an identity confusion situation. We won't know who's the real Karuha, and we're going to find out based on stomach scar, and I think it's going to be Eito. I also suspect that Eito has betrayed us and is working with the invaders. But I also suspect that the invaders are secretly the good guys, and whatever it is we're protecting in the defense room isn't to save humanity, but is probably to destroy it or do some really bad thing. And the invaders are just like hemo anima boosted regular people trying to stop us, and we are unwittingly helping bad people. So those are my main theories, Mimomiki. I hope some of those make sense. Let me take a look over at YouTube, because I see we got Sveta is here saying good evening. I actually put an alarm to catch this stream. Also, my internet was disappearing for the past few days, but it's here now. I'm glad it's back, Sveta. That means a lot to me that you would like set an alarm for this. I know a few people do that. I mean, Vero has to, because it's like 4 a.m. in Vero land. When we're starting, something like that, in the wee hours of the morning. Brian Stephenson says, I was walking to class to say hi, and I guess but I'll give her a gift. And there's Josh saying, hi, Logan, how you doing, Joshua? Brian Stephenson says, yeah, it's kind of my fault. Don't know what to do. I'm not good at relationship advice, but I figure it's always good to, if it is your fault, to apologize, own up, say, like, it's like, take, what was it that we always said in mouthwashing? Take responsibility. Then again, mouthwashing isn't a game that you should follow for relationship advice either. So I wish I had a better comments for you.
I have to go. I'll see you later.
If she were Karuha, I can't imagine why she'd act so cold toward me. Maybe the fact that I get so awkward around Nozomi is why she's putting distance between us. Yeah. I can't help it though. Being around her is so confusing. All right, anybody else up here? Oh yeah, we got, she's this way. I keep forgetting her name. Swordswoman. Kyoshka. Why can I not remember her name? Kyoshka. If anybody has like a good way, what do you call it? A mnemonic device to remember her name? I would greatly appreciate it. The carriage that conveyed us here is now stationed in the parking lot on the first floor. It's a wonder the horses pulling it were able to go so fast, and all without ever being seen. We should bring them some hay and water later. I want to see her like shoving hay into the gas tank of the bus now, totally wrecking it. Does she seriously not know how a bus works? Anything else say? No, same. Oh, we got a pin message. Queen Gator says, Takumi, have you considered that maybe she lost her memories? I mean, possible. It sounded like the way that she was talking that she does have, or is at least claiming to have memories of her past. I feel like if you were someone who lost your memories and someone comes up to you and says, oh my gosh, you're my childhood friend, it's so good to see you again, the reaction wouldn't be Nozomi's, which is, whoa, you're weirding me out, I don't know you. It'd be more like, oh, wait, what? You know me? I lost my memories, unless she lost her memories and lost her memory of losing her memories. Can you do that? Is that possible? Oh, and another pin message, written by Queen Katie, pinned by Crystal. Oh, Crystal's here. Hi, Crystal. Saying, imagine having logic. That is true. Sometimes you gotta discard that a little bit for some of these games. Okay, I should just like check to see if anybody is on these other floors and fast travel down to the cafeteria. Yeah, nobody appears to be in any other rooms. What is it? Oh, that's the new, wait. Oh, that's the Gift-O-Matic. Can I go into the new rooms before meeting up with people? What was it? It was a biolab. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the biolab and it's locked. Okay, so I guess I gotta go to the cafeteria first. Cafeterium! Let's see. Ato. It just, I mean, is nobody else gonna comment that Ato's hair and eye color are basically the same as Nozomi's? Queekity says, I'm on that part of the month, but I'm still doing great still. Okay, good. Said new Genshin update is fun, but also kind of not fun because they locked the coolest OC outfits by the pay only. Gotcha. Not free to play friendly. I gotta ask, with the whole like new character creation and what was that? Oh, is that a raid? Nora, raid with a party of 4! Would Vero or Crystal be so kind as to do a quick shout out for Nora? Thank you for the raid, Nora! How was your stream? Oh, you were playing Danganronpa. How far did you make it? Okay, let's watch a clip.
Someone messed with your curtain.
Actual clip.
I'm gonna fucking kill whoever did that. You wouldn't happen to know who did it, would you? Would you?
It was Puzzles.
Oh, don't kill Vero. Don't kill Vero. Don't kill Vero! Don't kill Vero!
Where the fuck are you?
Oh, she's never gonna know it was me. Oh, hey, Mom.
Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Oak only killed Nora, not Vero.
Why?
Oh, another clip.
I really don't want you to. You've had one case.
It's
You don't
Maya.
have-
Their big Maya face.
You've had one case, and that one case, you had help. I really don't want you to. Please don't.
That's Maya's face when she realized that Phoenix Wright is her attorney. But welcome, Raiders! I don't know who all is in the party for. If there's any new people that we don't know, let me give you the quick rundown of the channel. Hi, my name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Our current main games are the 100 Line, Last Defense Academy, and Persona 5 Strikers. So that means tomorrow's stream is going to be Persona 5. Sunday, however, Sundays this month, we are doing, I want to say again, spooky games, but it's turning out to be the same one spooky game because it's longer than I expected. We're doing Poppy Playtime, Chapter 3. I was hoping to do 3 and 4. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's a lot of fun. So hi, welcome, and I read every comment in chat, but I'm already behind. We're 20 minutes into stream, and I'm probably at least 15 minutes behind. So let me read a couple comments in chat. And thank you again for the raid, Nora. How was Danganronpa? You're in Chapter 5 now. Yes? I'm going to say this while trying to avoid giving any spoilers. I don't know if I mentioned this to you or not, but you do know that there is a a bad ending that you can get in chapter 5, right? Have I mentioned that before? And so I don't know if you want to make sure that somebody helps you like intentionally get the bad ending, like say it before so you can see it and then keep going. I think it's fun. It's whimsical. Let's see. Yeah, Queen Katie. Oh yeah, Queen Katie was talking about the Genshin update. So I wanted to ask, like with the new stuff where you get to create characters, is that locked behind a certain level of progression in the game? Like if I re-downloaded Genshin, would I be able to go right into just creating characters? Because I love doing that stuff. Mimo Mickey said I posted the picture of the desk. Oh, I posted a picture of the desk. Thank you. So it was Mimo Mickey who did it. So thank you. And then Oak with a whole command. Frulzy says, I noticed those empty desks with my photo comprehension skills. See, I don't have photo comprehension skills. That's my problem. I understand math, not photos. Crystal says, freak man, Yugamu, sigh. Oh, is that like a wistful sigh? Like, oh, sigh. Crystal with a pin message said, do not re-download the game. I'm sure it's huge. It's probably like 500 gigs. It's probably half a terabyte in size by this point. Frulzy said you could alternate bi-weekly which game gets played twice during the week. That is true. I just don't know if that would confuse people who are like relying on, okay, these days of the weeks are for this games. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, speaking of different streams, for those who did not see, and we're not here last time, we talked about this, and before we continue, let me give you the quick update on this. Last stream, we discussed having an community art challenge for the big 5-year affiliate anniversary that's coming up on November 2nd. And so I posted on the Discord about that. So basically, anyone who wants to can illustrate and submit a fan art of one of your favorite moments from our community, whether it's on streams or over on Discord or anything like that, from the past 5 years. DM them directly to me, so there'll be a surprise. We'll like premiere them on the stream. Limit it to 3 per person, because I know some people can be very ambitious about that. And the deadline is to get those in by the day before the anniversary stream, so November 1st, if you can get those in. And that'll be one of the things, one of several things. I hope that we can have Queen Katie's poll of the milestone quotes done by that point, then maybe Queen Katie can unveil the winner of the poll then. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Veer says, Logan, if you ever buy Pokemon Z to A, I'm pulling a thumbs up because it's actually kind of fun. I'm still early in game. Okay, the biggest question I need to know with Pokemon Z to A is Scyther in it and able to evolve into Scizor? Because when I played Pokemon Violet, Tiff was kind enough to help me with a trade to get Scizor, because Scizor is my Pokemon. It's my favorite Pokemon. I need Scizor. Let me take a look over to YouTube, and then we will get back into the game. Let's see. Sveta says, it's 4:35 a.m. for me. I am so sorry. I always feel like 4:35 is a late time to stay up to, and shouldn't even be considered for getting up. So I appreciate that, Sveta. That is really nice of you. Says, aw, Kyoshka, she doesn't know anything. It is endearing, because she's very earnest, you know? Joshua says, hey, Sveta, how are you doing? Do you remember me? And Brian Stephenson says, yeah. Okay, now we'll be back in the game. Now Ato is still there being all sussy. All right, it looks like everyone's here.
Still feels weird having so many people around all of a sudden. Let's hold a killing game and thin out the herd a little.
I mean, with the resurrection stuff, they could do recreational killing. Didn't that happen in the X-Men comics? When they were doing the Krakoa era, they figured out how to like resurrect any mutant that died. And it's like young mutants were doing things where they like kill each other and then come back to life.
Whoa, don't be so casual about it. Taking a life is a serious matter. If you're going to kill someone, you gotta take your time with it. Really make it mean something for the both of you, you know.
Oh, so even though both Yugamu and Darumi are creepy, want to kill people, they have different standards for killing, so I don't know if this is gonna work out.
Was that supposed to be inspiring? There being more of us could be a good thing, though. The more allies we have, the better we can defend the school. Allies, huh? Anyway, I took a quick look around the school already. It's basically identical to ours, just like Nico said. Apart from that huge wall of fire outside, of course.
So those are the infamous undying flames. The sight of them fair sets my teeth on edge.
You told us a little bit about them on the bus on the way here, but maybe we could get a proper explanation now? What exactly are those flames, Takumi?
I gotta talk to her. We can't just like fade to black. Well, I want to click everything first. Rationomatic. I feel like having cup noodles right now. Would this machine feel sad if I said that? We can look at the fridge now, restocked with food, yeah? No need to worry about food. Now we've brought some over from Second to Last Defense Academy. And monitor. The alarm this thing plays practically gives me a heart attack. Colored balls. I've seen Darami using the Candiomatic a number of times. This stuff is practically all she eats. She's probably got horrible teeth, huh? I can't decide if I prefer red meat or fish. Oh, we had that before. Okay, so let's talk to everybody before Nozomi. And then we'll talk to her.
Just like that, we've got 4 more people we have to live with. And they're all total weirdos, too.
I'm glad you're back, Takumi, but we still haven't solved the mystery of what happened to Hiruko. I suspect you did something to her. Eito, Shoma.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must be such an eyesore. I'll go stand in the corner and try to attract as little attention as possible.
What about you, Ima?
We certainly have gathered a motley crew of allies, haven't we? It's like one of those yokai picture scrolls in here.
Is that like where they list all the yokai like Pokemon?
My dear brother always tells me not to talk to strangers, and these people are pretty strange, but still.
What about you, Darami?
This is way too many characters to keep track of. Let's hold a killing game and thin the herd a little.
I mean, that is one thing that was nice about later chapters in Danganronpa, is fewer characters to keep in mind. Oh, we got a pin message! I didn't notice this, sorry, over on Twitch. Pin message from Vero. Says, I'm not far into ZA, so I Googled it, and yes, Sizor is there. Okay, then I'm gonna get it. Because I mentioned before, I have a strong sentimental attachment to Pokemon X. Maybe I'll ask for it for Christmas. So thank you, Vero. Let's see. Queen Gator says to Vero, if you get your first shiny in the game, let me know what it is. Oh, I was so happy with Violet, because if you guys remember, I got my first shiny ever in that. Frolzy says, are you saying girls can't be mans? My favorite streamer turned sexist cry. That's right, girls can do anything men can do. Including, pee standing up. Queen Katie says, captions, honks you. Honk shoe. Vera says, I'm really early game, like I only unlocked the first wild grass area. Mimo Mickey said, by the way, on Takumi's report card, his likes are sleeping in and dislikes are studying. Vera said, but I'll let you know. And thank you again for looking that up. Frilzy says, what if Logan wore a green shirt and became a green screen and showed the blanket behind him? Oh, I could do that. I do own a green shirt. I could do that. In fact, although last time I wore a green shirt in a photo, that post on Discord, everyone said my face looked red. It was not flattering on me. Over on YouTube, Sveta says, hello, Joshua, and said, yes, Eito is such a mystery. Joshua said, your voices for these characters are so funny. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I enjoy doing them, so thank you. Speaking of the characters, we'll talk the rest of them now. Those guys from the other academy are kind of weird. Making friends with them might be asking a little too much. I think they're delightful. One has a tomato on her head.
All this time, there was a whole nother school just like ours. You really never know what's gonna happen around here.
And Kurara? I've nothing to say to you, peasant. Tell Nozomi what she wants to know. What she wants to know, Zomi?
You should go ahead and answer Nozomi's question. We're all dying to learn more about those flames.
Those undying flames send a chill down my spine. Could they be some art brought about by demonic blood magic?
Nozomi, we'll talk to you finally. All we can tell you about the flames is what Siray told us when we first got here. They're flames that only special extinguishers put out. That's everything.
Those flames, which encircle this entire school, by the way, just keep on burning. They never go out.
It's weird that we're spending so much time. Oh, he always had a bow tie. I was complimenting him earlier, but he always had it. It's weird that we're spending so much time like talking about this because like this. Is something gonna happen to the flames? Is there some like bit of information about them that we didn't know before?
Never?
That's what I said. They don't need fuel, and they can't be extinguished. They'll keep burning on for all eternity. Hence, the undying flames.
Fire that never goes out? It sounds like something out of a fairy tale.
I'd never have believed it if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes. Heck, I'm still having trouble getting my brain to accept it.
Perhaps 'tis an advanced form of ninjutsu. Which chakra elements does one combine for such a transformation? I am turning into flames. The flames are there to help keep the invaders away from Last Defense Academy, right? If that's true, they must be part of the defense system. They're probably being generated somewhere on school grounds.
Yeah, maybe. To tell you the truth, we really don't understand how it works either.
You got 'em burning inside your defense room, too. That's got to be to protect whatever's in there, right?
We think so. I tried dousing those ones with the fire extinguisher before, but they sprang up again pretty much right away. It's going to take a lot more than that to get inside.
This really brings home how many questions are still unanswered. Ray said he'd explain everything, but then he disappeared. And you couldn't convince him to tell you sooner! You truly are useless. Sorry.
Hey, that wasn't our fault. I mean, well, it was literally, directly our fault. But I prefer that I not be blamed for anything.
Your defenses are a lot beefier than ours. I guess that settles it. This school is the real deal, all right.
Yeah, it's just like Nico said.
Second to last Defense Academy is, well, it's a decoy. Intended to distract the enemy and make them waste their time and resources.
I wish
There's nothing important here. Humanity's future depends not on the contents of our defense room.
I wish that Kurara got to keep her cool cape out on the battlefield.
But on what's inside the one at the true Last Defense Academy.
Verily, 'twas a shock to learn we'd been risking our lives to protect a mere decoy.
You know, since a lot of you seem to like Kyoshka, I'll leave her on the screen as some blessings for your eyeballs as I read some more in the chat. Quickett said, Nora finally got this Sakura game was gonna be made, but we didn't cutscene in Danganronpa. Also showed her the cool Ultra Despair Girls tease, lol, nice. Mimiki said, why don't you trust Nozomi? Because I think I said before, I believe that Eito is the real Karuha. And so if Nozomi looks like Karuha but isn't Karuha, well, that's a fib. You can't trust Fibber McFibbersons. People like freaking Nagito or over on Your Turn to Die So. They're the worst. Quieta says, Trans Karuha for the win. Frozy says, I set alarms to all streams. It scares the daylights out of me. I'm sorry that you're frightened, but I appreciate that. Miyamiki said, so you aren't the only one that got a are we the baddies feeling? Oh, absolutely in this. Quieta says, captions when we started sucking to class? I don't even know what I really said, but there was not that. Quickett says, Takumi, have you considered that maybe she lost her memories? Imagine having logic. Krista says, imagine having a brain. Miyamiki said, remember, Takumi is stupid, but stupid. That's right, he's but stupid. Quickett says, actually, so true. Miyamiki said, or her memories were altered. That is also very possible. Not so much like memories removed, but has been brainwashed. And there's where the Nora raid came in. Let me take a quick look over at YouTube chat. Joshua says, do you mind Kurara's attitude, Logan? I'm not a fan of her attitude. I like those type of characters, like the holier than thou, like bow before me type of characters. I don't usually like. I mean, they can be fun, but I'm not like, oh, those are always my favorite. But her design is just so goofy, so wonderfully whimsical with a tomato on her head that I can't help but love her. Sveta says, I like how Siray said, that's what I said. And Eido's never go out question like he was appalled with his not understanding. I know, it's like, so much in these games we play, especially over in the Persona games, like you say, a character says something, then we have to have like at least one or two other people repeating it back to really drive the point home. And I guess it's just to make sure it's clear and we understand what's being explained. A shock! It was downright infuriating! The B team is no place for someone of my social standing!
It's not as if the work we did there wasn't important. The invaders took the bait and sent troops to the decoy after all. All those attacks we fought off stopped them from focusing their entire fighting force on this school.
I still say Nigo could have told us that from the beginning.
A lot of the information relating to this war is classified. Maybe he didn't have permission. Even Nigo couldn't defy orders from above. He told us that much himself.
I mean, unless he was lying. orders from above. Sirey mentioned higher-ups too. Who's really controlling this war? Are they delightful, squishy little marshmallow men too?
But now the Decoy Academy's gone! That means the attack on this one are gonna get a whole lot worse, right?
Pretty much. They don't gotta decide who to send where anymore. We're all there is.
And there's still like 70 days to go? Oh man, what rotten luck.
I don't know if I can hold out that long. What's the worst that could happen? Dying? If it's gonna happen anyway, maybe we should get started now, get busy living or get busy dying. You're all so adorable, the way you freak out over every little thing.
The enemy attacks may get worse, but there's more of us too. If we can learn to fight as a team, then...
Why fight at all? Why don't we just run? Hello, yes, I'm the horrible person of the group. Not only with my cowardice, but my creepy attachment to my sister. If we use that school bus you came in on, we can cover a lot more ground than on foot. We might even be able to drive all the way back to the complex.
You're babbling, sir. A warrior does not desert their post while the enemy still draws breath, and nor does a woman. I'm both, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. I know you see my sword, but my boobs are covered. Even supposing the bus could cover that kind of distance, none of us would know how to get to the Tokyo residential complex from here.
And besides, the future of humanity is at stake here. If we don't defeat the invaders, the whole world is done for.
Don't tell me you actually believe all that future of humanity stuff. There's a good chance it's just a story made up to motivate us,
Naturally, we considered that possibility, but it was one of the first things we discussed. In the end, we decided if there were even a chance of it being true, we had no choice but to steel our resolve and do our part for these 100 days. Nozomi was very persuasive. The way she got us fired up, we couldn't help but get on board with it. See, again, that's another thing that makes me suspect Nozomi, that she was like the driving force for them. And that is somewhat sound logic, that if there's a chance that it's true, we gotta go with it, because being wrong about that, we have too much to lose. But they didn't seem to consider, what if it's the opposite? What if whatever's in there is destroying the world? You need to find that out, because you can't risk that either. Let me read some more in the chat. I see we're at where Nora came with the raid, said Nora's raiding in. We hope her tears don't mess with your stream. Atlantic says, Nora raid, we will stab you. Vera does a shout out. Crystal does a shout out. Vera says, too late, I'm dead. I want Nora to see the bad ending. It'll be funny. I agree. I concur. Nora said, yeah, I think Redacted is dead because I don't know where Redacted has gone. No, I don't know about endings. I think I know who is being redacted there. Chris says, do not re-download the game. Quita said, nah, as soon as you unlock Gacha in Genshin, you unlock the Roblox game. Mimamiki said, I have it on my phone, but I haven't updated it for like a month. Vera said, the customization I heard is very limited. That's disappointing. And like, was it Crystal or Queen Katie was saying that a lot of it's paywalled? Queen Katie said, yeah, the free-to-play gacha is very bland, while the actual good stuff is pay-only gacha and store-bought to boo! Boo. Over on YouTube, Sveta says, wait, Ema has a similar theory to you, that defending humanity's goal is a lie. And the thing is, Ema is an awful person, but he might be correct about that. And maybe the game is having Ema be the one to express that in order to make you oppose the idea and think it's like, no, if Ema says it, then I don't believe it. When in reality, it's like, that's what it actually is. Because like, the way that Mimamiki was saying, oh, you're another person who gets the, are we the baddies type of a vibe? That right there shows I'm not the only person that's thinking that. And so Ema is probably there to try and dissuade the audience from continuing to think that. Maybe, something like that. Perhaps, let me have a sip of water. I guess that wasn't a sip. A sip would be like this. What I did was a chug. All right, let's keep going.
I didn't really do anything special. But how can you be so sure? Do you have any grounds or evidence to prove it's true?
You got any grounds or evidence for thinking it's not?
I guess not. If Sirey had been able to tell you more about what's going on, you'd be sure of it too. I think that's the main difference between our two groups and why our attitudes are so different. once Nigo told us about world death. We knew we couldn't just stand by and let it happen.
That's right, Nigo mentioned that before. And I was gonna, and Protag Takumi asked about it, but Nigo was like, no, if Saray didn't tell you, I can't tell you. But they're both dead-ish, something. They're gone. Nigo blew up. So the other students ought to be able to tell us what world death is, yeah? World death.
Oh, yes, indeed. Humanity's future prospects without this particular asset would be grim, to say the least. It is, after all, the key to overcoming world death and ensuring a chance for future generations to thrive.
What if world death is like an environmental thing? Like, humans are destroying the planet, so the asset is going to wipe out 90% of humans or something like that. Wait, world death? What's that?
A new prominent term to deal with. This is going to overload my extra small-sized brain.
It's all starting to make sense now. You never even got that far, It's no wonder you're still going back and forth on whether it's all true then. You'd best prepare yourselves for a shock. What do you mean?
According to the information Nigo shared with us, world death was the catalyst for this entire war. This is the thing that started it all? More than that, it's also the reason humanity is now confined to the Tokyo residential complex.
Oh yeah, I guess we should wonder why that is. I'm sure that like these characters were told something when they were a kid, some justification, excuse why they've got like a ceiling instead of a sky. Let me take a look at the chat again, though. Crystal says, I hate that the update of the new OC Maker, gotcha, is not optional. All that gigabytes and I wouldn't be able to use. Vera said, I generally think they did because of Infinity Nikki. Does that have a character creator thing in it? Nora said, I'll see if I can do the art thing. Yes, please, everybody, by all means. Or maybe like nobody will submit a piece and then I'll just be very embarrassed and quietly pretend that I never announced that thing in the first place. Quickly said, I'll share the poll one more time here because it had one vote per person only, and I'm pretty sure everybody already got one vote in. And then, yeah, can we announce it like on November 2nd? Is that okay? Atlantic with Lurk, thank you very much, Lurk Atlantic. Vera said, I'm not a foreign to ZA, so I googled it, and yes, Sizor is there. Mimo Mickey said, Takimaru is a mix of Mondo and Nekomaru. I mean, a little bit. Yeah, that's a good description. And Queegated with the survey again said, milestone poll for chat. If you haven't voted yet, please do. Sorry, Logan, a certain quote is still there in the lead. I am going to look up what that quote actually was because of the slander. I'm going to also copy this over to YouTube, so if anyone over there wants to check it out, this is Queen Katie's poll for the best quote, the best milestone quote. Please keep in mind, quote 800 is a lie. That is like half of a sentence. But I gotta find where it is. I think it was during a Delta Rune stream. Chris says, Yugamu! Queen said, or Mimwiki said, the way you say, well, Yugamu, is it Yugamu? Yugamu? How do you say it? I can't remember. I don't remember it being, can anybody tell me how it's said? But yeah, back over on YouTube. Let's see. Sveta says, I read that from Sveta. Brian Stephenson says, we should play Persona 4. That should be a good one. I did already play Persona 4 Golden, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. In fact, Brian Stephenson, if you take a look over at my YouTube channel, I do have a video, like a long-form video. I can't remember how long it is, like 10 or 20 minutes, that has some of the best highlights of Persona 4. Please keep in mind that I believe that was before I got a microphone. So, yeah, the audio quality is probably very poor in that. But feel free to check it out. Said, but I'm going to play P5X, the Persona mobile game, to get her off my mind. And the Bride Stephenson says, any advice? I really need it. You can really help me, but it's kind of a feeling for her birthday. I want to get K-pop tickets. Oh, that'd be really cool. Especially if it's like a K-pop group that she really likes. Okay, I'll be back to both chats in a minute. Let's continue with the game.
World death has decimated the human population and forced the survivors to take shelter underground.
Okay, so the Tokyo residential complex is underground. Is this the first time we're getting a confirmation on that? So, the door in the defense room also could be an entrance to the complex, like an elevator that leads deep underground. Decimated the population? It's that bad? Enough with the dramatic buildup. Just tell us what this world death thing is. Quiet, pea-brain. The adults are talking. If we tell you we don't want any of that, hey, is this really true? What if it's all made up stuff? Do you think you can hold on to that single thought without blowing a fuse?
Come on, make with the explanations already.
That's no way to talk to someone who's about to impart important wisdom. Didn't anyone ever teach you any manners, you inbred little street urchin?
What? And your manners are any better, you foul-mouthed rich girl? Oh, we're so angry at each other, are we gonna make out? Am I gonna kiss a tomato?
Shut up, shut up! Honestly, having to listen to your complaints is making my skin crawl. Oh, I can feel it too. We're gonna make out. Spend too much time talking, and you won't be ready when the enemy attacks. And if you don't fight the enemy when they attack, you die. Is that so hard to understand? So why do you insist on picking apart everything we say? I've stepped in things that would have made better soldiers than you.
She's right. Even ABC gum still has some flavor. It's more resilient than me too. For anyone in the chat who does not know what ABC gum is, you probably do. I remember learning when I was a child. ABC stands for already been chewed. So it's gum that's already been chewed. ABC. DEFG. HIJKLMNOP. Can you really blame us for asking questions after getting dragged in this crazy war out of nowhere? QRSTUV. That's where you're wrong. We weren't dragged into this. We were chosen as mankind's last hope. W, X, Y, and Z. Mankind's last hope? Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Yes, we were chosen to represent humanity in this war, to shoulder the hopes and futures of everyone back home. We're the only ones that can stop our entire species from being wiped out. We don't have a choice in this. We have to fight.
Oh, and you believe that too? Are you sure you haven't just been brainwashed to think it's true?
And that's like the thing we were saying before about if her memories were altered, if she's brainwashed, you know? Maybe everything Ema says is true. Again, you make a joke of our resolve. You won't be laughing when my blade has had its way with you. What about world death? You gonna keep throwing that name around like it means something, or are you actually gonna start explaining things? You know what? I'm not telling you a thing. Go shove it up the tailpipe of a car you can't afford. I can't afford to insure because you're poor. Did I over-explain that? Should I have stopped at the word tailpipe? Huh? I can't work with a bunch of impatient, ineffectual, dull-witted morons like you. There's no point in us telling you anymore.
Cool-rah-rah, don't be like that. Don't have veins on your tomato. It's gross. Tomatoes shouldn't have veins.
There's no need for us to get involved with these chumps, Nozomi. We can win this war on our own just fine. I can't believe we wasted our food on you peasants. We'd have been better off letting you shrivel up and using you as invader bait.
Oh, you act like a big shot, but this is our school, you know. We were here first.
Yeah, we opened up this place to you after yours went kaput. If it weren't for us, you'd have nowhere to go right now. We could say the same for you. You and the school would have been toast if we hadn't helped out in that battle yesterday. Don't get smart with me, pretty boy. Did you call me pretty? I mean, yeah. Is that weird? I'll murderize ya. Ouch, don't mangle murder like that. That word deserves to be treated with respect.
It's no surprise these peasants can't speak properly. They don't show the slightest sign that they've taken anything on board.
So you gotta pick a side, red team or blue team. I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Let's see. Nora said, I think Oak was watching a show or something. Is that right? Yeah, Oak popped in and is off watching Season 7 of Dexter now. Said, I only briefly read her chat message. Oak doing her own stuff is 100% all right, of course. But I at least wish she'd tell me when she won't be able to come to stream. Said, all right, gonna pop out, gonna watch part of an anime with my mom, Vampire in the Garden. Really peak 5-episode anime. I don't think I've heard of that one. Mimo Mickey said, my area is about to get hit with a lightning storm, so I'm gonna have to leave for now. Well, thank you for being here, Mimo Mickey. Stay inside, I suppose. Also, how come Kurara took off her cape again? Nora says, never mind. She doesn't wanna. I'm staying, yay! Frulzy says, thank you, Logan, for giving us quality Kyoshka time. Quiggy says, imagine not wanting to watch a vampire anime. Nora said, my package is supposed to get here tonight, but I'm so upset because I can't tell when it'll be here because that's on my phone at my dad's. So I don't know when it'll be here, so I just got to open the door every once in a while. Quiggy said, gonna nab some Rice Krispie treats. Never mind, I'm out. So I'm so mad, so very mad. Frowny face said, see how mad I am. Crystal says, yes, pat, Katie. Oh, crap, the end of chat is in sight there. Over on YouTube, where did I leave off? Sveta says, Gaku looks like Kiyotaka Hishimaru with a bowl cut and no big eyebrows. I guess, like, you know, I could see that. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I do love how that his weird bowl cut blends into his hat like Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Brian Stevenson says, dude, I agree with you. Says he's blind and chat, so why don't you get used to it? Sveta says, Kurara saying the adults are talking reminded me how Byakuya said it to Makoto. Maybe Hiruko wasn't the local Byakuya, maybe it's Kurara. Although Byakuya wasn't so loud. She's more like Hyoko. I mean, you know what? If one of our Byakuyas goes missing, it's nice to know that we had a backup. And Brian Stephenson said, me and my girlfriend's birthday, even though she's mad at me, I'm gonna make it up. And Sveta says, fight. Are you making Ato sing ABCs? Was funny. Well, thank you. Well, I think it was Shoma singing it, but he's a little guy. It's good to know that he knows his ABCs.
Poverty must have dulled their wits to the point they can't even hold a conversation.
Why? I was just reading chat. I'm not muted. I'm fine. What'd I do? I'm gonna keep playing.
Well, excuse the heck out of me. I'd rather be poor than an absolutely rotten human being.
I mean, her tomato isn't rotten. Do you think that's a real tomato? Or like just a tomato-shaped helmet? Because like, a tomato would go rotten. Is she inside of it, like eating the tomato flesh?
Seriously, what's the big idea showing up out of nowhere and acting like you've got the right to boss us around?
You've made it obvious you lack the experience and expertise to defend the school on your own. It's only natural that we step in to superintend.
Huh?
I'm back.
Welcome back. Oh, Nora was literally just moments ago complaining that you weren't here. So how was Dexter season 7? Oh, and thank you very much for the 10 bits. Good to have you here. You haven't missed too much. It's just that the new students and the old students are not getting along, and they're just like at each other's throats.
You know what would help relieve some of this tension?
A killing game.
A killing game.
A killing game.
Oh, if you want to try to escape, be my guest. I'm gonna come after you, though.
They are so flirting.
The thrill of the chase. I wonder how far you'd get if I amputated your legs first.
Oh, she's into that.
Watch it, man. I may not hit girls, but I won't hold back against another guy.
Killing game? Anyone? Just one murder. That's all I ask.
I mean, she's a girl of simple needs. Just a killing game. That's enough. You all need to calm down. Oh, that's the other thing. Okay, the only reason they're doing this is because the new students were going to give us important exposition. They were going to reveal what world death is and what's in the defense room and all that stuff. And we had to get in an argument to justify why they don't want to tell us now.
Takami's right. We won't get anywhere if we don't work together.
Wake up and smell the roofies? Knows me? Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't roofies, that's the thing that like people slip into girls' drinks to like, that's not good. That Dreadnought class deadbeat's as bad as the rest of them. See, there we go. Kurawa is an awful person, but she's adorable. The moment your back is turned, he'll spike your drink and take you back to his room and have his way with you. I never do anything like that.
Oh, I'm gonna have to spike his drink then.
I really wouldn't. You know that, right? Please, everyone, we shouldn't be fighting among ourselves. Why can't we be friends? I really like doing power of friendship talks. It's hard if we're not friends.
Friends with these guys? Don't make me laugh.
Befriending these cosplay convention rejects certainly is asking a lot from normal people like us.
How dare you, sir? I'll not let that insult slide. Choose your fate. Face the judgment of the holy Jumanji sword, or repent and die by your own hand. I demand satisfaction. Satisfaction, my bum! Ima may be a jerk, but he's our jerk.
I've heard just about all I can stand of your loathsome visages. We're done here.
Deba?
Idle voice makes Among Ourselves sound like Among Us Elves.
Among Us elves. It's like Among Us, but you live for a really long time and have pointy ears. Among Us elves! Thank you very much, Oak, for the 10 bits. And I asked how Dexter was, right? I hope you had fun. Come on, Nozomi! But. Yeah, get lost! See if we care. If I never see your dumb face again, it'll be too soon, although I acknowledge I've not seen your real face, but I'd only your tomato face. Which is fun, but I don't want to see it anymore. All right. Trying to press the issue now will only make things worse. It'd be nice if we could talk more tomorrow, though.
The team from the second campus left with their heads held high. They were barely out of the door before the others started venting their feelings.
What's with those guys? Are we really gonna have to spend the rest of the 100 days with people like that?
I agree. Their attitude is positively sickening.
Like you're one to talk. You brought back some interesting friends with you, Takumi.
So this is my fault?
I know I've no right to contribute to the discussion, but would you please sing ABCs with me next time? But what do you think that world death they mentioned is? I'm really curious now. Don't sweat it. Don't even think about it. It's all mind games. They're just trying to get inside our heads.
Darn it, I still feel like I want to hit something. Think I'll go back to my room and cool off.
I guess I'll do that too. No killing game then. Maybe next time.
Takemaru, Gaku, and Tsubasa left the room. I didn't have the heart to stop them. The tension was already dangerously close to the breaking point. Looks like Ima and Kako left too. Well, that could have gone better. I never expected everyone to turn on each other like that. Yeah, I bet you didn't, Ato. I bet this is all part of his plan. I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Even though I'm already close to catching up. We're less than an hour in, and I'm close to catching up to chat. Let's see. Nora says, we see Katie. Kwiat says, yeah, November 2nd, reveal. Says, oh no, Logan, I'm suddenly getting the same feeling about Underground as the redacted in Danganronpa V3. I had actually forgotten about that you're talking about. Obviously, we don't want to give spoilers or anything. Until, I suddenly saw a video show up in my feed. I think it was, yesterday. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that was a thing. Over on YouTube, let's see. Joshua says, hang on. The chat just scrolled. I gotta scroll up to it. Joshua says, have you seen My Hero Academia and One Punch Man Logan? Both animes got new seasons. I am behind on My Hero Academia. I'm halfway to 2/3 of the way through last season, so I need to catch up on that. But I've been watching it. I love it. I've got a little, I can't reach it, but I've got a little Izuku Midori, a little Deku figurine over there. One Punch Man, I'm looking forward to. I hear a lot of people complaining about the animation for the new season. They changed studios again. But then again, I know a lot of people complain about the animation in season 2, and now they're acting like, oh, this season 2 was so much better. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't be. But I am looking forward to watching the new seasons of both. Sveta says, wait, Darumi didn't got her... huh?
Half of 2/3S? You mean 1/3?
I think I said half or 2/3 or half to 2/3, not half of. I don't think I said half of 2/3. Did I say that? Did I mistake my fractions? I'm sorry, but thank you very much, Oak, for calling me out, for keeping me honest. Thank you. But yeah, Sveta was saying, wait, Darmi didn't got her striped shirt in the CG. Look closer. I'll have to go back and watch it on the VOD then. So she was missing that? I feel like stuff like that, I want to assume is just an art mistake. Because Kurara was missing her cape, coat, whatever that thing is as well. But at the same time, in these types of games, you never know if it is an honest art mistake or if it's somehow a hint at something. And Crystal is on YouTube, says, you can read this, but don't need to read this out loud for now. Nora is in here, Logan. don't talk about backup. We can't talk about Hiroko and Kurara? Kurara is our backup. Is Nora not allowed to know about Tomato Girl? Not allowed to know about Tomato Girl? Let's see. Chris said Logan and True Logan Fashion is behind it. Oh, that was pinned or copied. Sveta says, why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? All right. I'm happy that we got so many people here. Okay, let's keep going. And sorry, I think I don't think Nora would like Kurara. Kurara is like the one girl that I don't think Nora would actually like. I'm just saying. Well, that could have gone better. I never expected everyone to turn on each other like that. Same here. It's not going to be easy getting them to work together. If Saray or Hiroko were here, they'd know what to do. But it's no use wishing things were different. We need to think of a way to solve this problem in our own way. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I need some time to think alone. Ato and I parted ways and headed back to my room. All right, is that the end of day 30? Oh, no, that was just the morning. I got to explore the new rooms, right? After that disaster of a meeting, it's hard to imagine ever reconciling the two groups. There's got to be some way. Maybe we just need more time. I also want to pause for a second because, like, we are about almost a third of the way through the 100 days. And I am enjoying this game, but it feels like so much of the mystery about it is like the mystery of what is even happening. I do miss how straightforward Danganronpa was. It had a mystery, like, why are we here? What happened outside? What's going on? Who is the mastermind? Stuff like that. But, you're in a killing game. This is what's happening. These are the rules. And this one is just like, so it's like in Danganronpa, you know what the vector is for the end. This one is just like, it's just stall for time until 100 days. I hope we at some point get to more of like a point where we can say like, this is happening. I'm looking forward to this happening. Right now it's like, we're just gonna wait and see. Come to think of it, some new rooms were unlocked today, weren't they? I think I'll go take a look at them. I could use something to take my mind off all of this. It's the metal shop on the first floor and the biolab on the second, right? Well, let's save before we do any of that. As I don't think we have saved yet tonight.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Oh, that was so brief. Wait, who did that? Was that Oak? Because that was Oak. Thank you for the 50 bits. Beef Long was saying that so quickly. I thought there was going to be more because I noticed he seems to talk faster when there's a lot, but it's just like, why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Okay, so a lot of our students are in their rooms. So let's see where everybody else is. So we got some in the biolab. That's weird. It's Yugamu or Yugamu or however you say his name, and then 3 of our students.
Why can't we be friends?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be... Yes, indeed. Why can't we? Can we please be friends, chat? I want to be friends. I want to have a parasocial relationship with y'all. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I think we established that it's not parasocial if I am really your friends, right? Okay, so was the metal lab is the one on this floor? Got to get my Hajime Ren and steps in. Oh, the biolab is on this floor. Over here says the pin message, beef friends.
Beef friends.
Oh, no, the TTS, beef friends. I misheard. Why can't we beef friends? Well, that's what the students are. They are beef friends with each other. They're all beefing. Oh, I like the colors. Oh, the colors are so cool. It's oddly symmetrical, except like purple brain on the left, green brain on the right. Orange tubes on the ceiling on the left, blue on the right. We got some, what do they call those? The visible man type of things where you can see all the muscle and bones and organs and things. Kind of like Monokuma's original prototype design. So this is the biolab. Looks less like a classroom and more like something out of a horror movie. I think it looks kind of cool. TBH. Oh, my fingers are so pointy. What are you laughing at? I can't help it. I mean, just look at all this equipment. It's hot with a capital H. Now that this room's open, we can whip up a whole host of medical supplements whenever we need them. Or are we gonna get like healing potions and things like that? I'm almost afraid to ask, but what kind of supplements are we talking about? Mostly stuff that gives our hemo anima a temporary boost. We can use them to augment our regular physical abilities too. Nigo did say there were facilities like this tucked away in dark corners of the school. It's pretty sweet I finally get to see one. I guess second to last Defense Academy had a lab like this too, but it never got unlocked for us. Enhancement development has been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. That does sound like it could be useful. But is it ethical? We're basically using performance-enhancing drugs, right? We're also stabbing ourselves in the chest with swords, bro. I don't think any of this is ethical. Oh, you're worried about the morality of a little thing like that? You're such a Boy Scout, Takumi. With everything in this lab, we have the potential to go much further. A lot of this stuff was developed as a result of illegal experiments on human subjects. For most people, no amount of knowledge is worth that kind of atrocity. And now that research is all ours, the fiendish, the outlandish, the downright unpleasant, it's all right here at our pointy fingertips. And what could we use it for? For a start, we can probably make some killer modifications to ourselves, just like my family did to me. Okay, so maybe it's not healing potions, maybe it's like increasing our stats? Oh, excuse me, I got a hiccup there. We got a pin message on Twitch from Vero, it looks like. Written by Vera, pinned by Vera, said, you guys are not going all out with the parasocial route. I'm climbing up the ladder by consuming Transformers as a trap. It was never genuine. No! You don't actually like Transformers? You don't actually like? But Vero, it was all big lie. How could Vero lie to me, Grimlock? Me Grimlock so sad. Me Grimlock going to wail to this guy. Why, Vero? Why? Let's read some more in the chat. Another pin message. And Braun is my favorite character. Oh, it's Vero misinformation time. That's what the earlier thing was, but this is true. If anybody ever wants to like do Vero a solid, draw fan art of the character Braun and send it to Vera with like hearts around it and stuff like that. I'm sure Vera would love that. Let's see, Queen said, you know what? I'm too mad about not having my rice. I'm gonna just get ice cream. Chris, you just think of it, because rice and ice are similar. It's like rice cream, ice cream. Crystal says, Lurk, I actually have an idea for what to draw for fan art now. Nice! Thank you for Lurk, Crystal. Vera said, he's so dreamy. Gaku with a heart. Queen says, aw shucks. Crystal says, so real, Vero. Queen said, Dad's on call, so waiting for ice cream. And there's the Tomcat. I still don't know why that was done. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Sveta says, quote, Ema may be a joik. Oh, with a Brooklyn accent. Ema may be a joik, but he's our joik. With a Brooklyn accent. I mean, my voice for Ato is kind of a Brooklyn accent. Yeah, he may be a joik, but he's our joik. Brian Stephenson says, what? Joshua says, what do you think of the anime Demon Slayer? That's another one I'm behind on. I'm partway into the Hashira training arc. So I didn't get to go see the Demon Slayer movie that just came out or anything like that because I am behind. But I'll eventually get caught up. I'm enjoying it. I'm just behind on like everything with anime. The main thing is I need someone who can like sit down and watch anime with me to keep me on task, so I don't get distracted by things like in between episodes. Brian Stephenson says it's good. I've seen the movie. Sveta says, yes, Ato is so sad. Sirei and Hiruko aren't here. Again, yeah, you see, I don't trust Ato. Ato is totally the one that got rid of both of them. And Joshua says, do you have any criticism with the game's pacing, Logan? Yeah, well, like I was saying before, it is just, I feel like they locked into this whole 100 days framework and may not necessarily have had 100 days of story. That's what it feels like to me anyway. But we shall see. And at least I'm caught up on YouTube now. So what's he saying? For a start, we can probably make some killer modifications to ourselves, just like my family did to me. You mean like the way your arm stretches? That's right, Vero. Oh, yeah. I did press I don't think oh crap, I'm on auto now. I actually pressed auto. Yes, Vero, his arms stretch freakishly long. And so when you're driving along, he can save people in other cars from getting into car accidents. And I've totally had like conversations with another friend about that and screenshotted it and was gonna send it to you, but I deleted it because I figured it would never come up again. You know, it's always been my dream to mod somebody else's body. I'd be gentle, and I'd make sure any changes I made were tasteful. Huh? Say, Takumi, you feel like discarding your humanity and becoming something more?
Hey!
Hey! Absolutely not. Not interested. What about being like a cyborg? That'd be cool. Let me know if you change your mind. In the meantime, I'll just make do with my fantasies. He's making do. Okay, let's go left, right, talk to everybody, and then we'll explore the room here. Or should we click? Yeah, let's talk to everybody first, then we'll click on the room stuff. Ema!
Another room designed to make the battle freak stronger. There's nothing for the two of us here.
Anything else? Oh, that's it. What's the noise he's making? Is it? Listen to that. It's so weak. I'll stop doing that. Kako! You all look so cool out on the battlefield. I wish I could be like that too, but my dear brother won't let me do anything dangerous. Oh, she wants to help us. That's nicer. Man, this room's seriously creepy. Don't think I'll be spending too much time in here. I was kind of hoping Hiroko would turn up in one of the new classrooms, but there's no sign of her here either. What could have happened to her? I think she got A-toed. I know, right? I still don't believe she'd run off and leave us on her own. She ain't like that. What if she didn't get killed? What happened was that, what if Ato is a traitor and is working with the invaders, and he took Hiroko out and met the invaders to fight, oh, they're the good guys, and she became a commander to come back and fight us, and she's one of the commanders we executed, and we killed her. I've been thinking a lot about our state of effective immortality here. Raises a lot of interesting questions, you know. For example, purely hypothetical, what if I ripped out your heart? That's a heck of an example to start with. And let's say you died and were brought back to life. You'd think the Revival-matic would replicate the heart as well. But I'd still have the heart I removed earlier. Does that mean we could churn out a bunch of identical hearts, one after another? Could I slowly remove pieces of you until I ship of Theseus another creature? Maybe that's what Nozomi is. She's a ship of Theseus of Karuwa. By that logic, I guess so. Why would we want to, though? Dude, there's always demand for healthy human organs. Oh, that's a good point. We could like save everybody who needs a transplant. Oh my gosh, that's a very good point. With technology like this, we could save thousands, maybe even millions of lives. But I'll leave that to the humanitarians of the world. Preserving life isn't really my thing. Figures. I'm more interested in what happens to an organ after it's removed. You ever hear stories of people who've had transplants suddenly developing new interests or memories that match up with their donors? I've heard that. I don't know if that's true. The human body is one heck of an enigma, but does that stuff only happen with transplants? Would those memories also get transferred by, say, eating another person's organs? Huh? This is a long conversation that I wasn't expecting. Oh, and there's a pin message. Here, hang on. Let's see what this is. Pin message on Twitch written by Queen Gated, pinned by Vera, said, Logan, you're poking him. And he finds that sexy clearly /J. Should I stop poking him? Oh, I can't get my mouse on here. I don't know. I mean, maybe sometimes a man wants to be poked a little. What's wrong with that? I'm going to read some chat. Quickita says, meanwhile, I was holding Doggo. Doggo got hyped and scratched my neck straight down the middle. No blood, though. Okay, that's good. Chris said, Logan, you did a bad. What'd I do? Vera said, dude, Mia has no fear because tell me why she jumped out the window to the railing underneath the window next door and jumped in there. How old is Mia now, by the way? Queen said, Mia, no. Vera said, my heart almost stopped. She's now loafing here like it's nothing. Nora says, oh my gosh. Oak says, season 7 was mid as heck, but the ending was actually pretty good. Okay, that's good then. Ending on a good note is important. Over on YouTube, Brian Stephenson says, dude, wait, what? Wait, what? Sveta says, it sounds like you're poking him with a stick. Oh, I wasn't poking you. I was poking Ema. Oh, that's what you guys were saying, that he with the pin message, that he finds it sexy. Is that the sound people make when poked? Oh, in a pin message, Vera says Mia was born in 2018. So is Pepper. Pepper was born in November of 2018. They're the same age. We gotta go back and I gotta listen again and see if that's what a poking sounds like. What effect does consuming human organs have on the human body? Now there's a subject I wouldn't mind looking into. Would eating brains give you access to that person's knowledge or personality traits? Maybe you'd have random visions that show you their memories. I'd love to try it out sometime, but it's not so easy to find willing volunteers. You know how it is. Nothing worth having comes easy. Is Yugamu or Yugamu or however you say his name like this all the time? Doesn't he ever talk about anything normal? Okay, we gotta see if this is what a poking sounds like. So imagine I got a stick. I'm going to poke it with it. I mean, a little bit. Let's try it again. Oh, you know what? It's like a Pillsbury Doughboy type of a thing. You know, a Pillsbury Doughboy goes, hee hee. He goes, I. That's the sound Ema makes. I. Is that I want to try and mimic it. Am I getting that down? Anyway, let's click other things now. Wow, what's this down? Oh, no, that's just a manual. It tells you the basic concept of the machine and how to use it, but it's too difficult for me to understand. Can I click other thing? Oh, just a monitor. We can make medical enhancements here. I should try it out next time. Oh, it's not a monitor. It's develop enhancement. What's this thing? Oh, that's the same. Develop enhancement is just all this stuff back here. Okay. Anything else I can click? The jar of, are those eyeballs? And, I guess that whole thing is develop enhancement. So I think that is everything. Oh, and the monitor. Nope, that's also develop enhancement. Well, I think we're done here. Anything else to say? With a lab like this, I could unlock the secrets of immortality. If only someone would volunteer to be my test subject. Well, that was delightful. Let's save and then try out the next room. Is the metal lab, yeah? Maybe we can make a robot. I hope there's a robot in the metal lab. I don't know if this is the type of game that have a robot. I mean, Danganronpa V3 technically had a robot. So maybe this game will have a robot. Metal lab, metal shop. Oh, metal shop, not a lab. Okay, it's got a mine. I mean, it'd be nicer if it was a yours. This isn't quite what I was expecting from a metal shop classroom. It's more like something you'd find on a military base. There are all kinds of deadly looking weapons lined up, and the air's thick with the smell of metal shavings and gunpowder. Oh, and she's here too. And she might be a robot. That's one of my possible theories. So that'd be appropriate why she's here, if she's a metal woman. Okay, so Kurara wants to talk, so we gotta talk to everybody else first. I only wish we had a magic circle to contain you, Sir Takumi. Then I could easily cut you down the moment you try anything indecent. Why do you think I'm gonna try something decent? Oh, I don't think she's pretending not to know me. Karuwa could never have put on an act this convincing. Is she really not Karuwa? Or maybe she's lost her memory. Look out, Nozomi! That perv is waiting for a chance to pounce on you and lap up your saliva! So he's like the yokai Yamachichi that steals its victim's life force by sucking in their breath, huh?
Am I allowed to submit fan art for the 5-year affiliate stream that I already made like a year ago?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I might also make something new, but I have an old drawing of a fun moment that I could submit to.
I don't see why not. I think that should count. I think this should just be a free-for-all celebration. Because I don't think we're gonna do like a full-on contest or with like prizes. Maybe we should. Maybe we'd get more entries if there was a contest with some sort of prize. So yeah, if it's old, I think that should totally count. But just do again adhere to we'll limit it to 3 per person type of a rule if possible. But thank you for the 10 bits, Oak, and thank you for checking. Let me have a sip of water. Hang on. And let's read some more in the chat. Vera says, I was away trying to get her to come back laughing. Quickett said, Vero, I know that this is based on A.A. Mia that you named the cat after, but reading Mia gives me a heart attack because that's a sister that I know that I now have a nephew from. Well, make sure that your sister isn't jumping out windows to like the neighbor's window. Quick, Katie. Vera said, and she was stubborn. Nora says, Oak, check DMs. I very briefly updated on what you missed in Dongon. Oak says, everything but the last 4 episodes was mid. Vera said, laughing, I gotta include my cat from now on. Queen says, yeah, lol. Ice cream in all caps. Oak says, oh. Queen says, yeah, Darumi and Kurara wears things over their normal outfits. Darumi has a sweatshirt and Kurara has a cape. Well, they shouldn't remove those for the special CGs. Let me take a look over at YouTube. Sveta says, Takemaru misses Hiruko. I think they had a good dynamic together. So yes, I think they probably both respected each other's strength. Sveta says, I mean, they would never admit it, but they did deep down. Sveta says, earlier today you compared Nozomi to Nagito. Is this how spoilers? At the start of the game, we thought Nagito. Oh, hang on. Okay, so spoilers, so I guess I don't want to say that out loud. I mean, and there's an element of that. I can't really go into detail. I'm glad I stopped myself though. But sort of, Sveta. Speaking of which, I'm excited for Dongon 2x2. Brian Stephenson says, what did I do? Brian said, my girlfriend, I might give her K-pop tickets. Why are we just talking to people? Where's the action? This is what half the game, it's like half visual novel and then half Fire Emblem style fighting. That's why, like I was saying, the pacing is very weird on this. Sometimes it'll just be several in-game days of just doing nothing and just waiting for, because we're also very passive in this game. We wait to be attacked, you know? I am enjoying the game, but it's a bit difficult in that regard. And so I'm sorry, Brian, if this isn't as entertaining. There's always Persona 5 Strikers tomorrow. So he's like the yokai Yamachichi that steals its victim's life force by sucking in their breath. Except with saliva, the holy Jumanji sword and I will strike him down. I keep telling you, I never do anything like that. I want to. Don't get me wrong, I want to, but I don't.
Oh, I want him to drink my saliva too.
Darn it, she's more cautious of me than ever now. At this rate, I'll never get to drink her saliva. I mean, talk to her. What am I supposed to do here? Yeah, something different if I talk to her again. Nozomi is clearly keeping her distance from me. I'll never get to talk to her alone at this rate. Just in case we get kicked out after talking to Kurara, I'll click everything else. Manual, it tells you the basic concept of the machine and how to use it, but it's too difficult for me to understand. Man, you guys weren't kidding. Takumi is dumb. He doesn't understand any manuals. This monitor broadcasts Suray's announcements and alarms. Develop a trap. Oh, so that's why Kurara is here, because she's the one that lays down equipment. So it's probably so she can lay traps. Kurara. Oh, she's blushing. She's so happy in little eyelashes. Oh, the way the air smells in here really puts me at ease. Seriously? You like this? With all the metal and gunpowder and everything? I know it's not exactly the aroma one would associate with a sophisticated lady like myself, but the Osuzuki is actually rose to prominence thanks to our involvement with weapons development. Weapon development? Like guns and stuff? In the beginning, our family name was just Suzuki. We were small-time arms engineers and gun runners. We grew the business little by little from there, expanding our reach until it encompassed all aspects of life in the Tokyo residential complex. That gave us the necessary prestige to evolve from Suzuki to Oh Suzuki, and the rest is history. Is that how names get changed? Workshops like this are just as integral to my family's identity as the swanky mansions where we live today. This industrial atmosphere is baked right into my DNA. Being here is like returning to my natural habitat. Okay, I guess that makes sense. It seems only fitting that this should be the place where I write a new chapter in our family's illustrious history. I'll create weapons like the likes of which the world has never seen and eradicate those pesky invaders once and for all.
For our mighty others flee, great and powerful, oh Suzuki!
Okay, that's adorable. She has a theme song. Before our might the others flee, great and powerful, oh Suzuki. Trap development has been unlocked. You can access it during your free time. The invaders will rue the day they crossed an oh Suzuki. Man, I'm glad she's on our side. She is on our side, right? Maybe you should tell that to the friends of yours too. Getting on my bad side is not a good idea. If they all commit seppuku 3 times in quick succession, I might forgive them for their insolence. Again with the ritual suicide demands. I'm still not sure how doing it more than once is supposed to work. She probably legit mixed up with Sudoku. All right, I visited both the new rooms that were unlocked today. Guess I'll go back to my room and decide what to do next. Oh crap, I can't click the thing, darn it. Game taking over my actions. Phew, between all the arguing and the exploration, today's really taken it out of me. Is there anything I can do to get everyone to see eye to eye? Or are all their attitudes toward fighting just too different?
We're representing all of humanity in this war. They chose us above all others to defend the world from invaders. W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my... Oh, wait, no, don't leave the... Okay, just more here. We're the only ones who can do this, so it's only natural that we give it our all.
Isn't that's also a pose that Eito does a lot, too, isn't it? They're the same person.
Mankind's future is in our hands now. It's our responsibility.
I never thought of this as a responsibility. Fighting was just a means to an end, a way for me to get home. Would I feel differently if I knew about world death? Was I ever going to find out what this war was all about? Someone's at the door. It's gonna be Nozomi, right? Could it be her? Okay, crap, it's not Nozomi. It's probably gonna be Yugamu. Let's save first, though. Oh, wait, wrong button. I always get those 2 buttons mixed up in this game. Save. And let's see who it is. Or maybe it's Eito. I felt a flutter of anticipation. My hands trembling, I pulled the door open to reveal. Yeah, it's gonna be Eito. Hey, you thought it was her. It is her, because it's him. Good evening, Takumi. Do you have time to talk? Oh, it's you, Eito. Were you expecting somebody else? Sorry to disappoint you. No, it's not like that. What's up, my bro? Nothing in particular. Just thought it would be nice to chat for a little. I never got a chance to tell you how happy I was to see you again. I was out of my mind with worry the whole time you were gone. Oh, really? Are we gonna kiss? I thought maybe you disappeared like Hiroko. We went 5 whole days without any contact from you after all. Sorry, I wasn't exactly in a position to get in touch. What happened to you during that storm? How did you get separated from the group? Oh yeah, we haven't addressed the fact that we got El Kabonged by a lead pipe, and no one's owned up to that. I'm not really sure. All I remember is that I passed out and woke up with an aching head. But then I was already on my own, somewhere miles away from here. After that, Nigo found me and took me to the other school. Perhaps you got sent flying by the storm? It's possible, I guess. I can't think of anything else that would explain it. But you're okay now. That's the important thing. But while we're on the subject of the other school, what's going on between you and that Nozomi girl? I can sense a certain tension that I thought had been reserved for just you and me. Also, why does my neck look so thick in this picture? You could see the part right by my chin, but then there's no part in the back. I got a huge neck. Huh? When you're around her, you're different. Almost like she's special to you. But you seem troubled as well. What's wrong? I'd like to help if I can. Although if it's something romantic, bear in mind I don't have any experience in that area. Oh, was that really it? Oh, fiddlesticks. No, not exactly. It's kind of weird, to be honest. You might not believe what I have to say, but will you still hear me out? Of course. Now that I'd been given the go-ahead, it all came spilling out. I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Let's see, Crystal says to Nora, do you like Kurara? Nora says, who? Quiggy says, Nicole VA. Crystal says, Tomato Girl. Nora says, no. Crystal says, laughing. Then Logan clocked it. Nora said, she's mean. I think Nora would like some mean girls, but just girls who are nice to other girls, like only mean to guys. Oak says, ... Nora, do you know how many mean girls you like? Nora says, no. Vera said, a lot. Nora says, name. Vera says, beef. Crystal says, beef. Vera says, beef. Friends. Nora says, beef. Crystal says, love how all of us went to immediately say beef. Oak says TBH stands for to be Herbert. I've been using it wrong all this time. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. Gotta scroll up. Brian Stephenson says, I mean, at least when you play Persona, you could actually do something to pass the time. But this game, you actually can't. Persona Reload, good. Yeah, this game doesn't have that, sadly. It's much slower paced. But again, I'm enjoying it. It's very different. It in that way, it does feel a lot more visual novel-esque, I suppose. But this game is, the devs of this game are also really good at hiding little hints. Like there'll be all this stuff that just seems totally random and not important, but there'll be some nugget in there that was a clue to some twist later on. So you do got to pay attention. Sveta says, oh, it's you, Ato, average 100-line player experience. Sveta says, quote, Takumi, she looks like a female version of me with no glasses. That's creepy. I don't have any romantic experience, but I'd like to get some romantic experience. Wink, wink. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. Yeah, I'm here to unclog your pipes, if you know what I mean. Or is it the other way around? Who bangs who if the plumber comes over? I don't know this stuff. I told Ato about Karuha, my childhood friend I'd spent practically every day with back home before the war. That was the easy part. Then there was the matter of Nozomi and her uncanny likeness to Karuha. They were so alike that I couldn't accept that they were different people, no matter how much I tried. And as much as Nozomi looked and sounded like Karuha, she had no idea who I was. I told Ato all about this mystery and the theories I'd come up with, and how the whole thing was messing me up. Don't you think I look like Karuha? I mean, does a haircut and a coat really change someone that much? Is it the glasses? Is it a Clark Kent type of a thing? You weren't kidding when you said it was weird. I thought maybe she has amnesia, but she's never mentioned hitting her head or having gaps in her memory or anything like that. Not that I've been able to talk to her long enough to ask about it. Come on, Ato, say something. Oh, sorry. The whole thing reminds me of a sci-fi novel I read a little while back. Oh, it was a TTS.
To be Herbert, I think this whole rift we have about Ovaltine is silly. You have said things. I have said truth. It's okay if you call your chalk drink chocolate milk.
Oh, was that at the end there. Rukov, thank you for the 50 bits. Well, because it is chocolate milk. It is a chocolate flavoring intended for use with milk. If that's not chocolate milk, I don't know what else that is. But how are you doing, Rukov? Thank you for the 50 bits. Thank you for the beef long at TTS. How are you? How is your... I guess it's not a new job anymore. I've never found out like how you're liking your job since you got it. Hopefully it's not having you up too early in the morning. But thank you. We can bury the hatchet on this Ovaltine dilemma. But thank you, Rukov! I'll read some more in the chat. Let's see. Vera says, that was pinned earlier. And then Vera says, who's Herbert? Nora says, are you good for AA tomorrow to Oak? Vera says, Logan, read my pinned. I'm good. Never mind. And then, I'm sorry, little one, broken heart to Grimlock. Over on YouTube. Frozy is on YouTube now saying, hi, YouTube chat. Frozy, welcome back over to the YouTube side of things, the literal dark side, because the YouTube chat is like on my screen. The YouTube studio is still on dark mode. I haven't figured out how to change that yet. But welcome to YouTube, Frozy. Let me have a sip of water and we'll play some more game. Oh, sorry. This whole thing reminds me of a sci-fi novel I read a little while back. What happened in it? Well, the main character ends up in a place that's both familiar and different. A parallel universe! Oh! Parallel universes aren't just for other worlds, or even the past, the future. They're alternate realities taking place at the same time as our own. Alternate realities? It's a fairly common trope. You know, I suppose this game could really lay into it if there are multiple runs and different routes you can take, each one an alternate reality of each other. Depending on the story, a parallel universe could be completely alien or eerily similar to the reality we know. In the book I'm thinking of, the main character travels to another universe. He finds there's another version of himself there, another him, living his own slightly different life. That's what I'm experiencing with this whole Karma thing. You think that's the connection between Nozomi and Karma? Like they're alternate versions of each other? I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's the only way I can explain that I am her and she is her. But humor me for a moment. It would explain a lot. It would mean Karuo and Nozomi are the same person.
Chocolate flavored chalk. It's all good. I have been enjoying it strangely. Who knew mortgage collections could be satisfying? To be fair, I like to think of the fun I had with the bumper cars that used to be where I work.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, I don't think had you mentioned that it was mortgage collection before? I mean, that is, I imagine, a very healthy and thriving industry. So good on you for that. That's like a respectable job. Probably much better than mine. So thank you for the 10 bits, Rukov, and congratulations on the career over there. And thank you for being here. But at the same time, they're different. They've lived completely different lives. That would account for Nozomi not knowing you, don't you think? I don't know, Eito. Maybe we shouldn't assume sci-fi novels are real. Maybe that's how the stuff works in sci-fi, but I'm having a hard time believing it could happen in real life. I suppose you're right, it's a little unrealistic. But the situation we're in is already pretty far removed from what we used to consider reality. Also, notice how I'm mirroring your movements. That is in an effort to endear myself to your heart. Perhaps my sense of what is or isn't realistic has gotten warped from all the strange things that have happened to us lately. Now I'm mirroring his movements. Oh my gosh, I'm endearing myself to him. We're totally gonna do it. He's right. If you told me a few weeks ago I'd be stabbing myself in the heart to give myself special powers and fight monsters, I wouldn't have believed that either. Was that a hint at something, by the way? The fact that one of them goes, then the other goes, then one goes, the other goes, like they're very conspicuously like doing the exact same moves to each other right here. Sorry for putting forward such a bizarre idea. I hadn't been much help, have I? That's not true. It's really helped a lot. Helped to get all this off my chest. And it's such a weird story, most people probably wouldn't believe me. I couldn't have told just anyone about this. I'm honored, and I'll gladly hear you out if you want to talk again, no matter how strange it is. You sure have been having some peculiar experiences. First the ghostly invader, and now this. I almost forgot about the boy on fire. Oh right, I almost forgot about that thing. We still haven't figured out what it is. I haven't seen that invader since I got back, but the next time I do, I'm gonna make sure he answers for what he's done. Don't take any unnecessary risks. You have no idea how dangerous he might be. I know, I'll be careful. Well then, I think I've taken up enough of your time. I should get going. Good night, Takumi. Sleep well. Mwah. Pew! With that, Eito left, pausing at the door to give me one last gentle smile. Parallel universes, alternate realities? Could any of it be true? It sounds so bizarre, but the more I think about it, the more it starts to make sense. Is that what's going on here? Are Karuo and Nozomi alternate versions of the same person? The same, but different? I mean, well, I guess what would be the difference that splits the divergent paths of reality? Parents saying, let's name her something different. Either way, I won't be able to put this issue to rest until I talk to her about it myself. Yeah, that's great. We'll go say, are you in alternate reality? Even after venting to Eito, the frustration I was feeling still wouldn't go away. I turned in for the day and gradually fell into a light, fitful sleep. Day 31. Dong, bing, bong. All right, same thing as usual for normal, right?
Prepare to spend another. Be
Yep.
ready to give your life.
All right, same normal default morning announcement. Takami's room. It's morning. Guess I'll go to the cafeteria as usual. I just hope everyone's a little less prickly today. Let's head out here. Let's save, talk to people on our way down, and I guess advance another day of storyline. Oh, wrong button. That's right, this one. Save, save, save. I guess we've advanced a couple of days, so we are making progress. We're making some poggers. Okay, so all the new people aren't gonna be in the cafeteria. They're staying in their rooms. What's this time passing? Can I just go back into my room and just advance time without doing anything? Okay, let's head to the cafeteria. I'll read some more in the chat. Nora says, watch a man's heart get broken in real time, 4K. Vera said, I'd block whoever draws brawn for me. Nora says, why? Vera says, because, huh?
Have we given up on the Logan sweat torture? I mean the Keith room?
I feel like if we do it too often, it starts to have diminishing returns. And that it's best used maybe when things are cold in this room, which they are not right now. I feel like it could come back. But if it's always available, then it's no longer special when it is, if that makes sense, I think. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Rukov, and for reminding me that that exists, because I kind of forget sometimes. Quickity has a timestamp of 1 hour, 10 minutes, and so I'm a little over a half hour behind. Nora said, I thought you said that was your favorite. Vera said, what? No way. I know, Nora. Vero did say that. Vero proclaimed Braun to be such a great, wonderful, favorite Transformer. Vera says, I'm a big liar. Nah, you're not, Vera. You're too hard on yourself. Nora said, who's your fave? Vera said, shoot, I pinned by accident. I'm sure you can guess. Crystal says, Ema is singing shush. Vera says, I'm not subtle about it. Nora says, Pax. Quicken said, Logan, you're poking him and he finds that sexy, clearly, /J. Vera said, yeah. Nora said, okay, Vero, I will drop Pax for you. Vera said, I have a lot of faves, but Pax got a big space in my heart. Nora, draw the G1 version with the big luscious lips. Look up G1 Orion Pack. See the big old lips on there. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. I gotta scroll up a little bit. Scroll up. I gotta scroll up a whole lot. Sveta says, your Ato plumber improvisation. Ato, no! How do you know this stuff? You only read books. Who taught you that? I mean, he read books about adult stuff. He has certain magazines that he reads just for the articles, Sveta. Frulzy says, I like light mode though. It makes me hungry. Light mode UI looks like vanilla pudding. I like it because I just like bright things. It makes me happy. And plus, like, look what a weird thing it does to my camera. Like if I switch to Steam, everything's dark. Look what that does to me. It makes me like all dark, right? I don't want to be. I want to be like bright and cheerful and happy with all y'all. Sveta says, wait, Frulzy, is your profile picture that girl from Toho with stitched eye? Brian Stephenson says, what up, Frozen? Frulzy says, yes, but it's from a fan work called Koichi Komeji's Heart Throbbing Adventure. That sounds like a dating sim or something. Brian Stephenson says, yeah, that's cool. Fruzzy says, I like KKHTA:3. Brian says, I agree with you. Fruzzy says, ooh, have you seen KKHTA? Brian says, probably, but I don't remember. And then I'm moving in 3 days. Ooh, like how far away? Said it's gonna be sad, but before you move, I had to get my girlfriend's number so I don't forget. Oh, yeah, please do. Make sure to remember that. Sveta says, quote, yes, Takami, you don't know how dangerous that suspicious, dangerous fireboy can be. Yes, definitely. Are you thinking that Ato is the Fireboy? Is Ato, Karua, and Fireboy? Fruzzy says, womp womp, I have to move by next year. I hate moving. I want to move into a nicer place than I have now, but I hate the act of moving. Oh, it's just us today? Yeah, no sign of the second campus guys anywhere. Just so you know, none of us picked a fight with them or told them not to come here. They're just plain old no-shows. Fine by me. Who wants to deal with those jerks in the jerks first thing in the morning? Everyone's turned so hostile lately. I'm loving it. We can't go on like this forever. We're gonna have to talk things out with them eventually.
You saw how things went yesterday, Mr. Aotsuki. Does it really seem like they'll listen to our side of things?
That doesn't mean we shouldn't try. Our conversation was interrupted by the sound of the door opening as someone came into the room. Okay, so it's one of the new students. I'm guessing it's going to be Nozomi. It might be Kurara, but I think it's going to be Nozomi. Hey!
Ohayo gozaimasu. It's you, huh? What are you doing here?
Hey! Gaku, be nice! She can use the cafeteria if she wants.
Ooh, did you come to betray your friends and join our side? One of us. Is that it? Sorry to disappoint you, but no, there's something I want to discuss with you.
I'm gonna talk to everybody else first. I'm gonna click everything and talk to everybody else before you, Nozomi. I'll have the usual chef. I'm talking like we're friends. No need to worry about food. Okay, that was the same as before. The monitor. No one's gonna use this. This to host a Last Defense Academy radio show or something? I'd like to hear them play some music. Let me try one of these. Hey, it's grape flavored, and it's pretty good. And outside? I've never gone fishing before. Does it count if I stick a fish hook in here? Now let's talk to everybody. Shoma.
I wish there was something I could do to smooth things over, but I'd probably only mess up and make everything worse.
Gaku.
I'm not buying this goody-goody act. She's just as bad as the rest of them.
Ima.
Do we even need to reconcile with these ragtag misfits? There's nothing wrong with our two teams acting separately.
What about you, Kako?
I would like to make friends with the others, but there's really nothing I can do.
Tsubasa? What's Nozomi doing here? What does she want to talk about? Let's talk about pop music. Pop music, talk about. What's the deal with this second campus, guys? I guess we'd better hear what she has to say. I wonder what Nozomi wants. I hope she's not here to try to patch things up with us. I'm enjoying this tense atmosphere way too much. Well, let's find out. Nozomi? What did you want to talk about, Nozomi? Are you finally going to tell us the whole story about that world death thing? I mean, he should.
Sorry, I'd like to, but Kurara and the others are dead set against it.
So? You're your own woman? Can't let tomatoes tell you what to do your whole life?
I know they can be difficult sometimes, but they're still my friends. I can't just go against their decision behind their backs.
What do you want then?
I was thinking, it might be a good idea to set different times for us to use the cafeteria, at least for a while. I am implementing segregation for our schools. If our two groups stay separate, we can reduce the chances of things escalating like they did yesterday.
But they also keep us, like, isolated in our own bubbles. Yeah, I guess there's something in that.
It shouldn't be too hard to organize our group. Our group has a training routine we go through every morning. We're going to keep that up here, so we won't need the cafeteria until later. Wow, you trained this early? That's the kind of dedication I can only dream of. It's all for the good of humanity. We can't afford to lose this war. You sound like a walking recruitment poster. That's a lot of big talk from someone who can't even use hemo anima.
Kaku!
Oh.
There's always bound to be some friction when two groups' competing values come together. It's like when two video game companies merge.
Oh, is that like a reference to the devs of Danganronpa and Zero Escape and all that? I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Veer says, I have a lot of faves, but Pax got a big space in my heart. Quigita said, well, I think I shall do more archiving. Vera said, Hall of Fame. Quigita says, thank you, Vero. Vera says, Tenora, I love you forever. Quigita says, I love you, Logan quotes. Why was the last? Oh, the last one was Miho. Okay. Vera says, Logan keeps saying organs, and all I heard is Logans. I think, yeah, you don't want to remove people's Logans either. Quigita says, Oak, why? Oak says, what I do, I've been lurking. Quigita says, look at quote 815. What was it? Logan, I'm not going to say that. Oak says, he does. Crystal says, what? Excuse me? Vera said, Mia was born in 2018. Nora said, tell Mia I love her, please. Vera said, okay, just told her. Nora said, did she respond? Vera said, she didn't acknowledge me. Nora said, aw, shucks. Quigita said, just like the real AA Mia. Vera said, Mia is older than Pepper. Wow! By like how many months? Do you know what month she was born in? Let me have a sip of water and check out YouTube chat. Let's see, over on YouTube, Brian Stephenson says, dang, Fruzy says, hope it works out well for you. Brian Stephenson says, yeah, it's gonna be confusing, because it's gonna be. I'm gonna have to walk upstairs to use the bathroom, and then the kitchen will be downstairs. I guess that is like a big thing to get used to, like the different layout of a house like that, especially if it's multiple floors. Sveta says, quote, it really helped me get this, off my chest. Maybe Takumi is a trans guy and not Ato. Oh, this is Takumi saying that. Brian Stephenson says, it's gonna be confusing. That could be. Frizzly said, Takumi was projecting all along. Brian says, a lot of likes, like 20K likes, but I've never got there, and I want to get there before the end of this year. Frozy says, lol, KKHTA is the furthest thing from whatever you're thinking about, lol. Brian says, what? Frozy says, Logan thinks it's a dating sim. I heard heart-pounding adventure. Although, wasn't that what, crap. I guess we don't want to say specifically, if Nora's here. It's not really a spoiler. But in Danganronpa 2, what was it what, like the original name of the whole thing that Usami had for the island? It was a something heart-pounding adventure, something like that, right? And Sveta says, no, I think Ato wants Fireboy to be a scapegoat. Oh, to blame Fireboy for everything. I see. Oh, and a pin message by Vero saying Mia was born in March. It's too bad it wasn't May. It'd be like May Mia. Now it's March Mia. I should stop talking about weird stuff like that. Just need to breathe for a second. We're almost 2 hours in the stream. I haven't been breathing much, but a little bit's been happening.
There's always bound to be some friction when two groups with competing values come together. It's like when two video game companies merge. Sooner or later, one of their flagship series always ends up getting buried.
I feel sorry for the fans. At any rate, I think it's best if we keep our distance until we've all calmed down a little. That's all I wanted to say. I'll be going now.
Wait a minute! While you're here, I wanted to ask you.
Sorry, the others are waiting for me. I don't have time to answer stupid questions about alternate universes. Pew!
Nozomi brushed off my question and left without even sparing a passing glance at me.
That was fun, huh? It's like the management sent a liaison officer to tell us to get our butts in gear and start up the killing game.
That chick really hates your guts, huh, Takumi? Huh.
So she turned you down, so what? She may be cute and everything, but who wants to go out with someone who's always talking about saving humanity and stuff? Guys, don't be so insensitive. Takumi needs to be alone with his pain of rejection, and the inevitability of him dying alone. It will happen.
I'm not sure that's the best approach either. Sorry, so used to him just always starting with sorry.
Don't worry, you get used to being hated pretty quick. That's something I learned early in life. From my parents!
Hey, Sai! The breakfast that day was as tasteless as the atmosphere. Nozomi's doing all she can to avoid me. I'll never be able to talk to her at this rate. I shouldn't let this get me down, not when there's so much else going on. All right, what should I do today? I got plenty of free time to fill up. Okay, so we're doing a free time. The Metal Shop and Biolab. The Metal Shop and Biolab have been unlocked. You can now develop traps and enhancements. These will help you give you an advantage in battle, so spend your free time wisely on developing these tools. My extinguisher level has increased? What does that mean? Increased firefighting level. Your firefighting level has increased. Oh, so yeah, sometimes we saw those little tiles. I didn't know what that meant. You can now go to new areas when you explore. The materials you can obtain while exploring are unique to each area. For more details, check the manual by the entrance hall. Wait, what, Takumi's not just gonna say it's a manual, but I don't understand it. I'm dumb. Okay, I think what I've been prioritizing lately and what I'd like to continue to prioritize is reading for my grades here. So what is, I'm still at 0 in literacy, calculation, investigation, technology, and observation. I wonder what helps. Literacy, calculation. I don't know what these things even do. I mean, science On the right-hand side, I'm at level 1 with everything, but science has nothing. So I should probably go to the library and read a science book, either investigation or technology. So let's go check that out. Yeah. Nora says, Mia is so amazing. Even my mom knows Mia. Vera says, famous. Nora said, he sounds like he's singing in cursive. If you know, you know. Oh, well, look, Ato's up here somewhere. Oh, no, Ato wants to hang out because he's got a gold star on his face. So we should check to see, I'm assuming everybody else. It looks like we can talk to, let's go talk to Takimaru and Gaku and Shoma. Yeah, we're just gonna go talk to everybody, see if anybody has new stuff to say. Yeah. Gaku, where did you know that Vera likes you, Gaku? Vera's like the most popular person in our chat. How can the guys from the other school be so eager to fight? Were they brainwashed or something? Oh, that was so worth coming here. So worth coming here. I'm glad I did that. Let's go to the garage. Takimaru? Those guys from the other school are just teasing us now. What the heck's world death? Oh, lasers. Oh, this room looks so cool too. All right, wait, no, down here. Shoma. Shoma's just in a random classroom by himself. Ah, look at the day. Look how many days left. Look how many days left, everybody. Nice. After today, it'll no longer be nice anymore. I don't like it when there's so much tension in the air, but there's nothing a low life like me can do to fix things. Okay, and wait, no. Anybody else? Let's go to this hallway and talk to Kako, and then talk to Ima, and then we'll read a book. Hi, Kako. I wonder what world death is. Oh, that was so worth it. Rec room. And Ima, where are you at, bro?
Those guys from the Second Academy have a warped sense of reality. They'd better not get too close to my dear sister. Oh.
All right, now we'll go to the library. What does the library look like? I don't even remember. There we go, library. And we want, we decide we want science, right? Science for investigation or technology? Yeah. Let's do that. I'm gonna save right before we do this in case I pick the wrong one and if I need to like reload very, very quickly. Save. And read a book. Read a book and study, time will pass. Yes, I want science. Investigation. Insect metamorphosis, or technology, biosphere of the Tokyo residential complex. Well, that's obviously gonna be useful for story lore, but I wanna know about insect metamorphosis. I'll try reading this book today, Insect Metamorphosis. All right, you guys ready for your educational content of the day? I'm gonna read a couple more comments before we do this. Nora says, I read that. Nora says, what? Vera says, you drag it out a bit. His is a sudden pause. Quiggin says, I get the feeling Last Defense Academy quotes are the most cursed. Vera says, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to be responsible, chat. There's a thing I need to study in advance for. Do you have to leave? Quiggin says, good for you. Vera says, if you see me loitering around in stream starting tomorrow, you're allowed to yell at me. Well, what, to tell you to leave? We don't want to tell you to leave, Vera. We want you to stay here. Are you allowed to stay? I'm gonna take a look over at YouTube chat. Frulzy says, oh yeah, the Danganronpa thing reminded me of KKHTA when I first heard it. Sveta says, poor Shoma. Frulzy says, womp. Sveta says, Ato has a gold star in his face. Now I imagine Ato with a gold star sticker on his big forehead. Oh, big. Sveta, are big foreheads bad? Because if so, I have some bad news about myself. And Brian Stephenson said, that don't make sense what Frozen said. The womp or the thing about Danganronpa thing? All right, chat, gather round. You're going to learn about insect metamorphosis. Some insects create cocoons to wrap themselves in, made from silk produced from their mouths after an initial growing phase. Inside the cocoon, the insect transforms into a pupa before finally transforming into an imago. By being wrapped inside a cocoon, the insect is able to protect itself from predators and elements. This allows them to transform safely, vastly increasing their probability of survival into their imago state. In other words, they are like armor or walls to protect them during metamorphosis. don't scientists say that like when an insect like a caterpillar goes in the cocoon, it basically turns into just like a mushy slurry and then rematerializes completely. So like all the organs are gone, but yet it still has memories of it. Like they've checked with the brain, like it has memories or instincts or whatever from its time beforehand. It's weird, man. Cocoons are like armor, huh? Come to think of it, we get wrapped in something like a cocoon made of blood when we transform. Is that some kind of defense mechanism to protect us until we're ready to fight? Okay, so it is related to us, I guess. Reading this book increased your investigation by 5. Yay. I'm gonna go read the rest of that book. That's it. I don't like having to sit around and think about what I'm doing. I just want to throw caution in the wind and keep moving forward. Anybody to talk to? No, I'm not gonna talk to you chumps. I'm gonna read a book. Wait, why is Ema in the entrance hall? Oh, where's the library again? There it is. Let's read the rest of Insect Metamorphosis. Read a book of study. Science. Insect Metamorphosis. Hope you guys are ready for the stunning conclusion. Oh, you thought we were leaving that cliffhanger. Let you wonder what happens. No, I'm still in the middle of this book. Maybe I'll read it to the end. Oh, that's right. The second time we read it doesn't say anything. Finish the book, increase my investigation by 10. I should check my report card now. Bing bong. Bing bong ding bong. All right, same thing as usual. Good night. Nora says, I like Kyoshka, though, because her style is cool. I don't know her, though. Everybody in chat seems to really like Kyoshka. Guida says, nah, I do that to Nora all the time during my streams last year. Crystal says, Logan, what? Why does that happen so much? I'll just scroll through chat and every now and then people are like, Logan, what was that? What? Why? And I don't know what's happening. Crystal says, I am not adding saliva quotes. You don't have to. You don't have to. Vera said, I was gonna, but I held back. Quiggin says, Takumi is literally the dumbest pro tag in all Dangan style games. Even Yuma is smarter. Well, Yuma is like canonically smart. He's just dumb also. Takumi is just dumb and dumb. Foolsy says, wait, if Suzuki turns into O Suzuki through attaining power, what did Hugh O'Connor do to get the O in his name? He stayed in school. That's what he did. He stayed in school for a long time. The day's almost over. I'm not all that tired, but there's nothing else I really want to do today. I guess I'll rest up so I can be nice and fresh for tomorrow. I got changed and went to bed, praying there wouldn't be an attack during the night. Yeah, considering the last like 2 or 3 streams were all action-packed, nothing but fighting, this one is surprisingly mellow with very little actually happening. Okay, same normal stuff.
Be ready to give your...
But we're advancing days. We're gonna burn through this, get to 100 days and finish this game. Morning already. I should go to the cafeteria. Although, I doubt she'll be there today. Oh! Entirely necessary feelings. Are they just all in their rooms? Wait, no, they're not in their rooms. So where are they doing their... They do their exercise training. Oh, Kyoshka's in the hallway. Oh, they're there. In the gym. Let's go talk to Kyoshka first, then go to... Oh, I can't go to the gym. It's blocked out. Well, I can at least go say hi to Kyoshka. So at least they're not like despawned. Quigitty says, ad quote, hey, you thought it was her? It is her. Because it's him. It made sense in my brain at the time. Kyoshka. Confound it all! Is this Lady Kurara's doing? Her mischief truly knows no bounds. Hey Kyoshka, what's the matter? Somebody absconded with the holy Jumanji's sword while I was in the bathroom. You mean the sword that is like literally strapped to your waist in your Sprite? I let this slide the last time Lady Kurara pulled this trick, but this time I'm really gonna make my displeasure known. Wouldn't it be easier to just take your sword into the bathroom with you? Take her with me? Well, she is a her, so she's allowed in the girls' room, but then she might find out I make tinkle. Surely you jest, Sir Takumi. Such a thing would be the height of impropriety. Besides, I'd be far too embarrassed to think she was watching me do my business. My business is pooing, and business is very good. My business of pooing is booming. It boom booms. I see, I think. I want to stop talking about your boom boom. Oh, but I'm not supposed to be talking to you. Excuse me, I must be going. All right. Well, let's run around. That's the cafeteria, but if I go around the next corner, what'll happen if I try and go in the gym? We'll be like, no. Strange room. Here we go, the gym. Everyone from the other academy goes to the gym in the morning to train. I can't just barge in to ask to talk to Nozomi alone. Okay, let's go to the cafeteria. Pin message Vera says, stop making poop jokes, Mr. Logan Robo. I'm sorry, but everybody does that. The pooing, I mean, not making jokes about it. Everybody poops. I don't know if you realize that. Just as I thought. It's just the original team from this school here today. Nozomi did say she tried to keep the two groups separate. It only figures that she's not here. So, not like I care or anything, but, you know, what?
Not me. I'm a girl, I don't poop.
Oh, that is true. I forgot. I forgot. I used to think that, but that was just very ignorant of me to think everybody poops. But thank you for the 10 bits. Oh, and Veer says you read that wrong. Logan Ropo. Oh, Ropoo. Logan Ropoo. The poop is not so funny when it is on me. But thank you very much for the pin message. And again, for the 10 bits. Okay, let me read some more in the chat. Let's see. Hang on. Vera says, is he jealous? Then adds a quote. Queekity said, we're at 9:31. Well, we did a whole bunch of quotes on Sunday's Poppy Playtime stream. Vera says, good luck, soldier. Queekity says, Takumi telling Eito about Karuo and how he thinks Nozomi is Karuo while Eito is trans Karuo, staring at him with a blank stare thinking, this is my idiot of a crush, huh? I want that to be true now. Queekity said, speaking of the trans Karuo theory, I love quote 824 so much. What is that? It's Chekhov's identification scar. Yes, that's what it is. Tony says, yo, Logan, how you doing, Tony? Vero or Crystal, whichever one of you is here, would one of you be so kind as to do a quick shout out for Tony's Game Lounge? And Castle says hi. Still busy, still lurking. Well, thank you for the lurk, Castle. I hope whatever you're busy with is going well. I'll have a sip of water while we do a quick shout out for Tony's Game Lounge. Pop up a clip momentarily, I am certain.
Realistically, I should pick Emily.
Yeah, you should.
But here's the thing. I already hate women enough.
I feel like that's canon for Waluigi. I bet Waluigi. Well, do you think Waluigi hates being Waluigi or loves it? There's like no in between, I'm sure. Sorry, I just gotta breathe for a second there. But I hope you're doing well, Tony. I don't know how long ago that was, so I don't know if you're still here. Oh, in fact, there's a timestamp. 1 hour, 36 minutes. Still over a half hour behind. And Queen Katie with the hydrate command. I just drank, but I will follow commands. Thank you, Queen Katie. And over on YouTube, let's see, I gotta scroll up a little bit here. Fruzy says, I'd imagine the star sticker would be placed on his nose. Oh, it's adorable. Brian says, womp womp. Sveta says, no, I have a big forehead too. I used to have long square bangs, but I stopped cutting them. Can we big forehead high five? You know what? No. We don't high five. We high five head. We gotta headbutt each other. Bring your head up to the screen. High five head. We're bonding. Sveta says, Gonto would approve your reading choice. Ah, Miss Gonto Gokuhara. Brian says, I forgot. Sveta says, oh, her sword is a girl. Fruzia says, whoa, girl sword? Sveta says, Kyoshka is like anime girl version of Johnny from Ed, Ed, and Eddie. You know, the one with Plank. I remember Johnny. So, we got to find other Ed and Eddie characters. So, the most important one is we need to find out who's going to be Rolf. So does that mean Nozomi's got to be Naz? Because that's like the girl that people long for, you know? Brian says, no, Froze. Gallop! Right with the party of one! I know we just barely did a shout out a moment ago for Tony, but could we get another shout out for Gallop here? Thank you very much for the raid, Gallop! Fruzy says, the time command for YouTube would just say, look at your clock, you're already caught up. Indeed. And Brian says, yeah. Okay, let's do a quick clip here. Stop intermission! Oh, that was it? All right, well, let's play some more game then. Oh, and by the way, we are past the 2-hour mark. We still got a little ways till the 2.5-hour mark, but if people want to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions for later when we reach the 3-hour mark, you could. I'm just saying.
So, not like I care or anything, but do those guys really train every morning?
It's not like I care either, but yeah, I heard them going at it when I passed the gym earlier, and then after they were done going at it, they started training. I was talking about doing it.
I actually don't care. I'm not even being coy about it. That's some impressive work ethic, though.
You guys are talking an awful lot about something you claim not to care about.
Hey, seeing other people working hard really makes you feel like garbage, huh? Or is it just me?
Whatever, man, training only gets you so far. In a real fight, it all comes down to guts. Shoma, are you all right? Shoma!
Yes, I'm sorry. It's nothing. I didn't mean to space out like that. My head just kind of went blank for a moment. And maybe I've contracted a disease that makes my brain melt from lack of use. Either way, it's nothing serious.
That sounds incredibly serious. It's melting again. Quick, someone cut off his head. The Revivomatic will fix it when it puts him back together. Probably, maybe, 50-50 chance. You can't solve all your problems with beheadings, just some of them. Just a few.
But Mr. Ginzaki barely contributes anything useful, even when his brain is solid. I think we're safe to just keep ignoring him.
Dude, that's so harsh. I can't say I 100% disagree, but still, hang on, he's in the background. Can we still hear him? Yep, we can still hear him.
It's true, Shoma's always been on the quiet side, but this goes way beyond that. None of us were really sure what to do about Shoma, so we ate fast and left him to work it out on his own. We're bad friends. Once breakfast was over, we all went back to our rooms for a while. You have another round of free times? Queen Katie said, please pin Logan, I had to mute. I'm sorry. That was probably a really annoying sound. I'm sorry, Queen Katie. Blame Shoma. That was Shoma doing that. It wasn't me. It was Shoma. What now? We're still no closer to patching things up with the team from the other school. We can't let things continue as they are. But how can I get two such different groups of people to get along? Maybe a party. Have a party. A Secret Santa party where we all get each other gifts. I guess I'll just have to try whatever I can my own way. All right, free time again. Let's waste another day's worth of free time reading more books. Save. Yeah, what other stats do I want to increase on the grades? Let's do social studies observation. And then, yeah, why not? Why not? Because math analysis and both linguistics and math with one side is already high. So let's do social studies observation. Head on down there. See, Queen Katie said, you know that meme with the guy closing his eyes? That's me with every quote. Vera said, bizarre you stay. Vera says, Queen Katie laughing, says, I think we should rename Logan Robo to Logan Ro Poo because he makes too many poo jokes. It's my my comedy mentor has trained me up too much on poo jokes. So, all right, let's just go read some books. And we're doing social studies observation. Is that what I decided? Yeah, observation, social studies. Read a book and study, time will pass. Social studies. And because we already did exploration with the Tokyo Residential Complex. See, that's, 2 out of 2. So let's do this. I'll try reading this book today. Tokyo Residential Complex Languages. The official language of the Tokyo residential complex is Japanese, and there are not many who speak other languages. Hey, you gonna acknowledge that I'm here in the room? Invite me over to sit down with you? Gonna say hi? There are some eccentrics who will learn English and French as a hobby. Okay, I thought we were friends, but I'm just gonna keep standing here. The number of people who can speak a foreign language is probably less than 0.1% of the population. The Tokyo residential complex is a cultural sphere built on just one language. But the world was not always like this. Crossing national borders would often mean an inability to communicate. There was also a mix of people who spoke different languages even within the same country. People would work hard learning foreign languages at school or through courses in order to be able to interact with people from foreign countries. People who speak completely different language? That's hard to believe! Reading this book increased your observation by 5. Yay. Free time! We're just going right back down there. We're just finishing all these books. Finish the books. Reading means I don't have to think. Read. Read a book instead of social studies. And more observation. And then we'll get back into story stuff. Yay! See, Queen Gita says, facts, surely 829 will not be poo related, right? Said, now I can summon my poo. Queen Gita says, pain.
At ease, soldiers.
Pain.
It's time to hit the hay. You never know when the...
Okay, same thing as normal. Vera said, you joke, but I still think G1 Pax is cute. Aww. Vera said, Mr. Look at my hot girlfriend. Vera says, no personality outside of that, but he's still got a cute helm. Vera says, I believe it. And then Queen Kitty with some more quotes. And by the way, if we somehow reach quote 1,000 before the November 2nd stream, I want to pit the top 2 from milestone quotes versus quote 1,000 in a Twitch chat poll. Oh, that'd be cool. What are we at now? You said like 9:30 something? We got a week and a half. We might be able to make it. Another day gone. They've been going faster lately. Not that I'm complaining. I want to get to day 100 and get out of here as soon as I can. And then when I get home, I'll be able to clear up the Karu and Nozomi thing once and for all. Right? Anyway, I'm going to bed. So ended my 32nd day at Last Defense Academy. All right, so we're officially at the 1/3 mark now, yeah? Unless we're going to have a dream. Oh, we're having a dream.
Hey, Taki?
So I do think at some point either Ato or Nozomi is going to slip. One of them is going to call Protag Taki.
What's up?
What's with all the horns in the background music? It's very jazzy. Also, she has very well-defined knees.
Did you get any chocolate today?
Oh, is it the day it's, well, what's it called? Oh no, we got Valentine's Day and White Day, right? Which one is it where the boys give chocolate to the girls? Or is she saying, did you get any? Like, did any girls? So this is probably the day the girls give chocolate to the guys. And she wants to know if anybody gave Protag chocolate?
Huh? Chocolate?
You know, it is Valentine's Day after all.
Oh, that's today? It totally slipped my mind. Anyway, I don't think I got any.
Yet.
How about you? Did you give anyone some?
No, of course not. It's against the rules to bring your own snacks to school.
Then why do you bring Takumi with you every day? 'Cause he's a snack.
Then why'd you ask?
Sorry. I guess I wasn't thinking.
She wanted to know if she has to be jealous, bro. It's not such a rare thing for boys and girls to be friends when they're little. But as they get older, they tend to start noticing the differences between each other more and more. And end up drifting apart. Oh. Thought you were going to say you end up smooching. That's not how it was with me and Karuwa. We remained close all through elementary school and junior high. Of course, that doesn't mean our relationship didn't change a little. I used to think of her as just one of the family. But after puberty hit, yeah, I was aware of the differences between us, all right. Even then, there was one thing that didn't change. Her left boob. For some reason, that one didn't grow. Karu and I were always together.
So, I tried making Valentine's chocolate myself this year.
Gonna give some to Taki?
I worked up my courage and handed it over before I went to school.
Oh. To someone else.
Huh?
She
accepted it, but I don't know if she'll actually try any.
And to a girl. Things are getting worse and worse for Takumi.
She left the box on the kitchen table when she left for work, too.
Oh, her mom? Her mom. She gave it to her mom.
Oh, it was for your mom.
Okay.
Hey, that's pretty cool, though.
No, it's not.
Through all the trouble of making it from
No.
scratch to show her how much you care.
Chat, incest with your mom is not cool. Chat.
Well, technically, it wasn't just for her. Here.
Look at that, even using both hands to hand it over. This is sweet. I'm going to read some more in the chat. Queen Gay says, I say top 2, but several quotes are sadly ties under the current lead. Vera said, segregation in my 100 line. Did you guys know there's a zoo that's 9-minute walk from my house? Do you go there often? Oh, I would worry about that, to be totally honest, with having cats. Because cats probably wander in and out of the zoo all the time. There are probably a lot of big animals that can just eat cats. I would be like paranoid about any outdoor pets there. But I mean, still, it's cool for you. Quigita says, whoa, Vera said, I learned this just now. Quigita says, I'm jealous. Vera with a smile. Quigita said, mine is like 2 hours away. Vera said, Mia was born in March. Quigita says, aw, March baby. Vera said, 3-3, special baby. Quigita says, Dongan Island, huge panic at the heart-throbbing school trip. Is that what it was? Was that the full title? Vera said, the most popular person in chat gotta be Katie, objectively. Crystal says, nah, you. I mean, Vero, only one person has a we miss this person command. Vera says, nope, I'm like number 2. Emily said, good morning, Logan. Emily, good to see you. It's been a little while. How are you doing? Queen says, aw, shucks, nah, it's Vero. Vero is best chatter. Vera said, Logan is like number 9 in the LoganRobo chat popularity. That's fair. That's fair. It says, no, Katie, it's popularity. Quigetta says, still, you're the best. And then Vera says, ooh, ah. Let me take a look over the YouTube chat. I gotta scroll up, let's see. I gotta scroll way up. There we go. Sveta says, Kyoshka is both Johnny and Rolf because she's very old-fashioned and doesn't understand modern stuff. Okay, that makes sense. Brian says, that's crazy. So what do you guys think I should get her? Oh, your girlfriend. Again, I think you were suggesting K-pop concert tickets. I think that's a great idea. You do got to make sure that it's for like a day that she'd be available to go. Otherwise, like any type of merch from like if she's into K-pop from like one of her favorite groups, I think it would be a wonderful idea. Sveta says Ato can be Jimmy because he's also sickly sensitive boy with curly hair. Oh, that does work well. Although Jimmy was also a menace, but maybe if your Ato theory about him being a schemer is true, then they are similar. It wasn't like. Yes, there was like an episode where like Jimmy was revealed to be like really, really sinister, wasn't there? Brian says, or I can go to the movies with her. Sveta says, why does Ima keep shutting Shoma off? Brian says, dumping rapper. Frulzy says, have you tried asking what she'd like for her birthday? Sveta says, also, this Shoma looks like spoiler character after spoiler plot point in DR1. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Sveta says, if you know, you know. Ato is probably proud of Takumi finally reading something. Okay, I didn't know there was so much going on in YouTube chat. So let's get back to the game. I'll read some more chat soon. We're less than 10 minutes from the 2.5 hour mark. So once again, on Twitch, good time to look for raid suggestions for later on at 3 hours. Oh, hang on. A pin message on Twitch. Vera says, you're top 10 though, Logan. That is good. I'm ninth place is in the top 10.
For me.
Oh, I didn't mean to click the button. The Takumi saying for me. Although it is sad, like on a night that we have 10 people in chat. And it's like, you're at the bottom of the top 10. It's like, that really doesn't help much. But thank you, Vero.
We might not be allowed to do it at school, but we're on our way home now, so...
So when we get home, we're allowed to do it. To give each other chocolate, I mean. And then after the chocolate, we do it. I mean, just doing it. I'm being too subtle. I feel like I need to be really straightforward with you.
Thanks.
I worked hard on it, you know? You'd better take the time to really appreciate it.
Part of me kind of wishes that we had traditions like this in the United States, because this would be really sweet. To imagine like receiving homemade chocolate from a girl. But then I realized also that even if it was a real tradition, growing up, I never would have received any. So it would have been nice in theory, but I wouldn't have been able to experience it.
Yeah, sure. I have to get you something nice in return.
Yeah, on White Day. That's how it works, right? That's the other holiday, I think?
No, that's okay.
Just give her yourself, Takumi.
If you want to give me something, promise me you'll show me the stars someday. Preferably through an astronomical telescope.
Okay, hang on. The last time that he had a dream, it ended up affecting what happened in real life. He dreamt about rain, and then it rained the next day. So maybe the next day, he's gonna meet up with Nozomi, and they're gonna look at the stars. The question is whether he'll be able to show her the stars, or if she'll be like,
I never wanted to see the stars, especially not through a telescope.
An astro what?
It's an instrument you use to see things that are far away. I read about it in one of those old books in the library. I'd love to use one to look up at the night sky one day. That'd be so cool.
Stars? Here, in the complex? You know that's impossible.
I can dream, can I? Honestly, Tacky, you've got no imagination.
Also, there's something kind of inherently romantic about promising a girl something that you both know is impossible, right?
Shut up.
That was a sweet little dream he had. Day 33. Ding dong bing bong. So we are officially a third of the way through the 100 days. Okay. All right, yes.
To spend another, be ready to
Same as usual. It's no surprise I dream about Karuha again, the way she's been on my mind so much lately. It really brings home how alike she and Nozomi are, though. No, alike isn't the word for it. They are exactly the same. That parallel universe theory is starting to look more and more attractive. But if Nozomi is an alternate version of Karuha, what's she doing here? Is it just coincidence that I happen to know the other her? Thinking about this isn't gonna get me anywhere. I should head over to the cafeteria for breakfast. All right, well, let's see if there's anyone to talk to along the way. Oh, look at that. We got Tsubasa up here. And then that's the only one we're gonna talk to on the way. Tsubasa! There you are. Mibasa es Tsubasa. Morning, Takumi. Looks like we made it through another day without an attack, huh? Still, not knowing when the enemy will attack next is pretty stressful in its own way. Sometimes I feel so nervous I could just... Try not to overthink it. Whenever the next attack comes, we'll deal with it, just like we always have. I hope so. Anything else to say to the vomiting girl? No, that's okay. Just more vomiting. More vomiting. All right, head down to the cafeteria and continue on ahead with the story. Sevier says, sunshine beam on my eyes. Emily says, hey, got a shout out. Quiga says, I just got an idea for the fan art contest. Hee hee hee. Emily says, been a while since I was here. It was good to see you, Emily. Quiga says, lurk. Gonna lurk for a bit. Oh, you drawing stuff? And wait, we got we got Nozomi is here. Are the other characters also here, maybe behind our portrait? What are they doing here? Hey, they are here. I'm gonna keep reading, but now we get to see Tomato Face. Vera says, good luck. Says, stop making poop jokes, Mr. LoganRobo. I can't hear all the quotes about poop. Vera says, you read that wrong, LoganRobo. Oak says, add quote, the poop is not so funny when it's on me. And Vero adds the quote. And there's the Tony shout out. Emily says, gonna sleep again though. Good night, good night, good night. Emily, thank you so much for popping and being here. Vera said, rest well. Emily with a lurk. Oak says, lurk, I'm gonna do research. If I don't come back before the end of the stream, then thank you for the very 69 days left stream. Thank you, Oak. Hopefully we will see you again. Let me read some YouTube chat. Frozy says, it's nice that the government doesn't try to censor the fact that they live in a post-apocalyptic society. It is. Just be straightforward with it. Why hide that? Brian says, have you ever played Final Fantasy 17 or 13? Well, there isn't a 17 yet. They've had 16 Final Fantasies so far. 17, I guess, would be the next one. I have played Final Fantasy 7. I played part of the remake of it. I've never played Final Fantasy 13, though. Is it good? Oh, hang on. Brian says, because I played a long time ago when I had every DLC, I just never got the beat half of it, but I might get it for my birthday, or Persona for the 4 or 5, or Deltarune Chapter 1, 2, and 3. Honestly, any of those sound like great choices. Brian said, or Persona Portable, or I get RPG game. Oh, Final Fantasy. Brian says, I have a quote. It's TV time. Sveta says, Takumi, that parallel universe theory becomes more and more attractive. Ato behind the door. Is there anything or anyone else who becomes more and more attractive? Just, is anyone else more attractive? Hey, you gotta shower old Ato with some compliments there. I appreciate that you're fully on board with this, Sveta. And let's see, Owen Vera with salute, and there's where the Gallop raid was. So I gotta be getting closer to catching up over on Twitch, right? In fact, I think I'm probably very close. And pop those eyes back in your head, peasant. You look like a middle-aged hotel manager that's just been caught peeping on his guests. Sir Takumi, surely you'd never do such a thing. Huh? That creaking in the walls last night, was that you? Oh, so somebody's been spying on them? I'm guessing it's either Ato, because he's sus about everything, Ima, because he's a creep, or Shoma, because Shoma was acting weird. I know not what you think you saw, but I assure you you're mistaken. I was simply messing around with my sword, and well, perhaps I got carried away. Crap, she is doing it with her sword. Oh, I'm actually curious now. For the record, we're not here to patch things up with you guys. We're just answering the call. What does that mean? I asked them to come. There's something I want you to hear, all of you. Zip, I'm a coil! What's so important that we all need to be here? Shoma was acting strange yesterday. He tried to brush it off, but I pressed him on it. And he finally told me what was bothering him. I'm not gonna do that because Queen Katie didn't like the sound. Shoma had another dream. One that unearthed a repressed memory. Another one? All right, let's talk to everybody else. Click on everything. Talk to everybody. When was the last time we saved? I'm gonna save again just in case. I mean, I feel like we're getting story, but it's also so piecemeal sprinkled to us. This machine can make any common dish imaginable. Only common dishes, which is probably a feature, not a bug. Maybe I can snack on something in the fridge. Nah, now's not the time for that. Shoma's waiting, but Shoma's also a wimp. This monitor informs us of enemy attacks. There's no attack happening right now, though. Let me try one. What the? Durian candy? Yuck, that was nasty! What does durian taste like? It's so relaxing watching fish swim. A totally different feeling from seeing them on a plate. All right, now we'll talk to everybody. Kyoshka? I don't know what you think you saw last night, but you're mistaken. I was saying the same dialogue as before, implying gross stuff with swords. It's because of their shape. What's all this stuff about dreams and memories? Does Shoma have some kind of special ability you didn't tell us about? We're here because of that shrimpy little pill bug, right? What's he want? Knows me. What's all this about Shoma unlocked a repressed memory? What's the deal with getting us all together for this? Didn't we decide it was just a regular dream last time? Shoma's been acting weird lately. Maybe he's going to explain why. Another dream memory? What was the first one again? I forgot about it already. I did too. Is Shoma all right? Ima?
A dream unlocking a repressed memory? I thought we resolved this issue already.
I thought it was someone else who had a dream memory, but it was about going to a hospital or something. Shoma had another dream. One that unearthed a repressed memory.
What's up with Shoma this time?
All right, let's talk to him. Is it true, Shoma? Did you remember something? What, I
thought we agreed Mr. Ginzaki's dreams were nothing to worry about. He even said so himself.
Says the guy who believes his sister has psychic visions.
Well,
It was easy enough to dismiss the first time as a fluke, but now it's happened again. Shoma has more to say. He wants everyone to hear it so we're all on equal ground and won't fight about it later. This is bad that Shoma went to Ato. Shoma's lucky he didn't get disappeared.
That's his excuse for wasting our time.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to feel like I'm keeping this from anyone. Keeping secrets always leads to conflict sooner or later.
People in this game could learn from that.
And I hate conflict more than I hate eating 3 square meals a day.
Yeah, I can tell. Wait, isn't 3 square meals a day meant to be a good thing, though? Because he doesn't think he deserves good things.
So, what was your dream? Was your dream from before actually not a dream? It really did happen? Usually when you wake up from a dream, you could tell right away that it was a dream. Memories aren't like that. I mean, both are images in our minds, but there's a clear difference between the two. I'm sure you can all tell the difference between dreams and memories, and I can too. That's why I could say with certainty that this was a memory.
You mind filling us in on the lore here?
Just shut up and listen. We don't get it either. What have you remembered so far, Shoma? Maybe we should go over that again.
Last time you said you were hooked up to some freaky machine in a weird hospital. What was it called again? Kamukura! And that's a Danganronpa reference. And the machine, I think, is that's where they were probably scanning us to get our, like, genetic code or something, like a template of us for the Revive-O-Matic. Maybe to already make clones. Maybe we're all clones from the get-go. I gotta breathe for a second, hang on. There we go. Quingita says, to those in the spoiler chat for this game, I posted a sketch of my idea. Ooh. Galp says 8-hour stream today. Getting my gaming monitor today. Setting it up on Saturday though. Wow, that's a long stream. Galp said, why he sounds like Angry Kid from the animation series. Wait, what animation series? Quingita said, please pin Logan, I had to mute. I'm sorry, I said it's fine. And yes, I will blame Shoma. Vera said, and you wonder why your voice is barely hanging on. Gallop with the lurk, take with the lurk, Gallop. Castle says, quote, after puberty, ... Yeah, I forgot that girls can be in my family, TBH. That's what puberty does to someone. Vera says, cutie, is your top 10 though, Logan? In general, top 10. You like top 4. When you say top 4, that means I'm 4th place. Because if I was 3rd or higher, I'd be top 3. If I was 5th, I'd be top 5. So I'm 4th place. I'm 4th place. Crystal with some raid suggestions. I will, I'll copy those down. I think the next time I'm looking at the chat because I can see the end of chat in sight. Let me take a look over at YouTube chat. Sveta says, props to Ato for getting enough confidence to press Shoma for information. Although pressing Shoma is much easier than Hiruko. I'm gonna headcanon that it went exactly the same though. That just like with Hiruko was swimming and then came out in like the swimsuit and like her boobs were all up in everyone's face. It was the same thing that that Ato went to the pool and Shoma was getting out of the pool and he was like in a Speedo with his man bits all up in everyone's face. I think that's what happened. Lady Nozomi, is something the matter?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm going to keep a secret and not tell anybody. And those machines are the same as the ones we've got here, right? The ones we can't get working? Yes, I think that covers everything from my last memory.
We still haven't figured out what those machines are for or why they were at both the hospital and here at the school. Did you remember something that could help with that?
Yes, I think what I remembered this time might explain a lot of it. This time I remembered why I was putting those machines at Kamukura General Hospital.
It was some kind of experiment.
Oh, it's voiced.
The hospital was conducting research into something, and I was a research subject.
I wonder if like hemoanima is technically a disease. Maybe we all have that and they were studying that. Or maybe we were all dead and they're studying how to clone us and revive us and things.
What is it they were researching?
That part's still a little fuzzy. I don't think I can remember it just yet. But I remember somebody in a white coat looking at me from outside the machine. And they said something. Something about my blood.
In this case, blood's got hemoanima. He can make a cocoon out of it.
Your blood?
I couldn't hear very well because of the glass in the way. But it sounded like they said there was something special about my blood.
special blood? You think it's got something to do with hemoanima? But hemoanima comes from the infusers. Our blood's just the medium it uses to manifest. It shouldn't matter whether someone's blood is special or not, should it?
Oh, keeping secrets. So your blood's different from regular people's, Shoma? Have you got a crazy high midichlorian count or something? Don't say midichlorian, we could get sued by Disney. I don't know about that, but it seems like it's different anyway. How can you not know? It's your own body we're talking about.
Lots of stuff I don't know about my body. Lots of stuff I choose not to know about my body. I don't want to know all of its secrets, all its nooks and crannies.
Like I said, the memory's still a little fuzzy, and I was barely awake at the time anyway.
There was one other thing, right, Shoma? Come on, I'm clearly coaxing you.
Yes, I did remember something else.
The hospital had more than one of those machines. I wasn't the only one who'd been put in one.
Is it gonna be that he saw all the rest of us? Oh, it is all the rest of us!
It was all of you, too.
I love how even in a hospital gown, Kurara has a tomato on her head. I mean, you would obviously take that off. Wait, is Darami in a straitjacket? It looks like her sleeves are tied down or maybe that's just how she's sitting. Oh yeah, because everyone's in different poses. So, you can't see it, but behind my screen is Yugama, however you say it. Then we got Gaku, Ima. Why is Ima so far away from his sister? Ima, Takumi, Shoma, Darami, and I think it's Tsubasa there. Down the bottom, it looks like Kako, Takemaru, Kurara. Wait, who is that in the bottom middle? After that's Eito, and yeah, wait, who is that? Oh, that's probably Hiruko in the bottom middle. And then Eito and spacing her name right now, Sword Girl that everybody likes. And then bottom right looks empty. No Nozomi. I say Yozumi. No Nozomi. It's because Eito is Karuwa. Nozomi is just a clone. So yeah, this is feeding in my theory. Something sus is going on.
What?
You all in those machines at Kamukura General Hospital just like me.
We must have all been research subjects for the same experiment. We all have the same special kind of blood.
Except Nozomi, because she can't use hemoanima.
Dude, what are you talking about? Us in those machines?
Oh. That include our group too. Wait, hang on. We should see the girl that went missing from their group. Maybe the final one on the bottom right wasn't empty. Maybe that was like just obscured because she's in there. Or maybe she's just like really tiny, even smaller than Shoma, and like you just couldn't see her because like her head didn't reach up to the window.
Yes, it wasn't clear enough for me to see all the machines, but I'm pretty sure everybody who's here now is also there. Oh, keeping secrets!
You're crazy, man! First time I saw any of you was when I woke up here in the academy! You're saying we all met before and forgot about it?
Well, in my memory, you all had your eyes closed. I think you were unconscious. I was just barely awake, though. Maybe that's why I was able to remember it. But there's no doubt in my mind that all of this is true. We were all put in those machines at the hospital.
Maybe they're virtual reality machines. This whole thing is like... No, they wouldn't do that again.
We were all part of an experiment here sometime before we came to this school.
But I've never even heard of Kamukura General Hospital. How could I have checked into it?
Same here. I never go to the hospital. I don't have money to spare on medical bills.
And my robust health is second only to my dedication to my dear sister.
You didn't have to bring me into this.
See, it just don't add up. We couldn't have been there. Maybe like when we all had our first fight against the invaders and stabbed ourselves in the chest for the first time, we like passed out and yeah, because was that thing we passed? No, because maybe that's how our blood got hemoanima. We passed out there. We're taken to the hospital, experimented, and then brought here. Because after that, isn't that where we went unconscious and then woke up in the school? So maybe there was like another step there? Oh, wait. What if it was after the invaders attacked the complex, when our power was first awake? That's what I just said, but Eido's saying it, so I think I'm wrong. As soon as I defeated the enemy in my neighborhood, I started to feel dizzy. Before I knew it, I'd blacked out. I'm guessing the same thing happened to all of you. When I came to, I was at the academy with no idea of how I got here. And this is the picture that Mimo Mickey was talking about with 5 empty desks to represent the 5 kids from the other school. Naturally, I assumed we were brought here immediately after we passed out. Well, what if that's not the case? We may have spent weeks, even months in that hospital first. And the gap in our memory would mean we'd been none the wiser. Hang on, I gotta breathe again. Talking way too much with these visual novels. I should read some chat, in fact. We are 15 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. Now is probably the last call for our raid suggestions. I know Crystal had posted a bunch of raid suggestions. So let me copy those over here so we can keep track of those for a little bit later on. I mean, this stream hasn't been particularly action-packed and hasn't really advanced the story much, but at least it does feel like we're accomplishing some things. Crystal says, in what place am I then? I don't know. I think that's something that Vero has to decide. Castle says, hot, extremely normal take. 13 is fine. 13-2 is rough on its own, but does set up for a bafflingly nice 13 LR. Then again, I like fetch quests. Oh, you're talking about Final Fantasy 13. When we were talking about that before. Okay, I was like, I thought you were just talking about the number 13. And like 13-2, it's like, are we saying like you know, minus 13, like 11 is, okay, now that makes sense. Crystal says, Atapa. Besides, Takami, everyone is sus. Vera says, not my goat Gaku, he's fine. Crystal says, Gaku is amazing. Shoma about to reveal something. Guess he gonna die now. That's what I'm saying. The fact that he like said all that he went to Ato first means that he should have died, because every time someone like goes to Ato first, granted it was just Hiruko, but still, I don't trust Ato. Vera says, I agree. And then, Quigita says, thank you, Logan, for noticing Kurara's tomato head. How could I not? And a timestamp, 2 hours, 45 minutes, 50 seconds. I'm 2 minutes behind us all. And Vera with a hydrate command. Thank you very much. I'll hydrate right now. Over on YouTube, Sveta says, props to Ato for getting, oh, I read that. Says, Shoma, how'd you see everyone else? You were laying on your back, and yeah, he's laying on his back. He's tiny. Oh, you know what it is? Here's what I'm gonna headcanon. Because that was a shot from above. I'm gonna headcanon that research room, which looks like a big room, has a glass ceiling. Like the entire ceiling is like glass. Because sometimes they like to bring people in with beds and they just like do it and they like to be able to see themselves, what they look like. So they have a glass ceiling there so you can see everybody else in all the other beds. There we go. I'm gonna headcanon that until I hear otherwise. Hey, yeah, that kind of twist happens in killing games all the time. It's possible, though, don't you think? If we accept Shoma's memories as true, then it's the only explanation.
So then, what did they do to us while we were there?
Some kind of research, right? Special blood? Maybe it's related to hemoanima after all. I think so, too. That's the only thing we all have in common, and dash. Oh my gosh, enough already! Kurara's shrill voice shattered the contemplative mood that had settled over us. You interrupted our training for this? To hear this piece of trash about his ridiculous fantasies? Who the heck cares about any of that? But this could be an important clue. We might be able to find out more about hemoanima. But Shoma didn't remember any important details. If we can't use this information, what's the point in worrying about it? Why are you even lending his ravings any credence in the first place? It's obviously nothing but a bunch of lame-brained hogwash.
Oh, I do like a clean hog, though.
Consider this. Would understanding hemoanima give us any practical advantage against the invaders? We understand it all well enough to use it. Should we not just concentrate on defending the school? This is not the time to get sidetracked and waste our energy on unimportant details. Unimportant? We're never going to learn the whole truth of what's going on here. We've made our peace with that. Now we've been given this mission. We have no choice but to do it. There's no other option. So how about you all just shut up and start pulling your weight like the rest of us.
Nigo didn't tell us everything, but he did at least explain why he couldn't. A lot of the details about the war are just too important. If he told us and they were somehow leaked to the enemy, it would ruin everything. Even if being kept in the dark is frustrating, we've accepted that it's for the greater good. Okay, I guess that makes sense since their fifth member of their team was captured, right? We decided to give our all to win this war and worry about the details later.
In other words, we have the capacity to show our perspective and determination. Are those completely alien concepts to you, maggots? I mean, look at you, coming up with weird stories and theories about stuff that does not matter. You've been given a mission. Why can't you just do it? Well, you little cockroach, I'm talking to you. Is Shoma finally going to stand up for himself? First you refuse to fight, then you muddy matters further with this nonsense. I'm getting tired of it. Whoa! She's got very pretty eyes. Just looking at you makes me want to vomit!
I'm sorry, I never meant to cause all this trouble. You're probably right, it's all just a fantasy. My brain's always been about as powerful as pond scum. And now it's finally breaking down and making me lose touch with reality. My sincere apologies for all the trouble I've caused. I won't do it again. I won't say another word. I'll just spend the rest of the 100 days in the corner, standing out as little as possible. I'll start right now. Phew.
Shoma began backing away, but Kurara stepped in to block his path. That self-deprecating act isn't gonna cut it this time. You need to be made an example of!
What are you talking about, Kurara?
Don't try to stop me, Nozomi. This bug needs squishing, and I'm the one who's gonna do it. This so-called defense unit is full of wishy-washy work-shy nitwits, and he's the worst one out of all of them. Okay, I'm gonna guess that Kurara's gonna threaten to kick him out of the school within a couple of days, and we'll have a few days to recruit him, just like we did with Tsubasa and Gaku. His very existence is an insult to everything we stand for. I've had enough of it. What's happened to her? Kurara's always been mean, but she's totally blowing her stack now. If you really want to make up for what you've done, you should just disappear.
Huh? But I...
And I don't mean hiding away in your room either. I want you out of this academy. Do you understand? I don't care where you go, but I don't want you here.
Well, the thing about that is...
Zip it! No excuses, just leave! Leave, move out, mosey, shuffle off, scram, depart, disappear, get out! Get out, 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 get out!
Hey, leave him alone, you!
Gaku stepped in and grabbed Kurara's shoulder in an attempt to hold her back. None of us were prepared for what happened next. Oh, they just started going at it. Started smooching. Ketchup was flying everywhere.
Get your filthy hands off me!
Bakuna! And her big coat is gone. We got meteors. I'm gonna read some more in the chat. Queen Gator says, oh, there's a hydrate command. Did I do that hydrate? I can't remember if I did or not. Thank you very much for the hydrate, Vero. Queen Gator says, on Lurk, did some line art and coloring. Gonna finish it maybe tomorrow, lol. Vera said, what am I supposed to decide? I think it was where Crystal is on the ranking. Crystal says, what place am I, Vero? Vera says, oh, you're number 3. Crystal says, since Katie's top 1, you're 2. Logan is 9th. Crystal says, yippee! At another timestamp, 2 hours, 47 minutes. A little bit further behind, only 7 minutes. Over on YouTube, am I still caught up? I'm still caught up on YouTube, so I'm doing good. Let's keep going with this. Oh, we got punched again?
Whoa, that was awesome! Combo!
Such magnificent boxing technique. Nothing can withstand those fists of fury. She can box? An Osuzuki receives education in everything we need to enforce our will on society. Political, financial, physical. We can handle any conflict and come out on top. I'm a member of the upper echelons for a reason, P-Brain. My family has sculpted me into an absolute frickin' paragon of refinement and excellence. If any upstart peasants dare to defile my personal space, there will be consequences.
Sniffle, darn it! You'll get yours when the revolution comes.
Sorry, man. Wish I could help you, but you know how it is. I don't hit girls, no matter how much they deserve it. No matter how tomato-like they are.
Stop it, Kurara, please. That's enough.
So, I'm guessing you didn't have anything else to tell us. Maybe we should get going. Yeah, maybe you should. What a vexing way to start the morning. Let us return to our training, friends. Come, Lady Kurara. My wrath must be appeased!
It's not that I don't appreciate you trying, but I think it's best that we drop this for now. I'll try to convince them, but it's going to take time. Anyway, I'm sorry that it came to this. I really am.
Nozomi gave us an apologetic glance and went to join her friends. Even after the team from the second campus had left, none of us could settle down. If anything, we'd only gotten more heated. I'm so sorry, Shoma. I never thought it would blow up like this. Maybe you did. Maybe you're a traitor. You're right there, Ato. No, it's my fault. The other team already doesn't like us, and now I've made it worse by annoying them with my nonsensical stories. I'm so useless, so stupid, so lacking in any kind of social awareness. You'd all been better off if I'd never been born.
Well said.
Brother dearest, don't agree with him.
That tomato lady really went ham on you, huh? She made you look like gutter trash.
She hit me. That psycho actually hit me. Even my dad doesn't hit me. I mean, how could he? I never met the guy. But I mean, I do appreciate that he does not hit me.
Is that a good thing? Those guys are really ticking me off now. Ain't no way we're gonna ever make things work with them. The way I see it, there's only one way to resolve our differences. Starts with a K, ends with Illingame, and it's totally still a genre with untapped potential. I actually like that joke. I use that joke at the planetarium a lot. Like sometimes I'm pointing out the night sky and I'll see like, this is one of the planets over here. Anybody want to guess what planet this is? And people will be like, it's Mars, it's Jupiter. And I'll say, I'll give you a hint. It starts with an S and ends with Saturn. And then kids will like giggle and go, hee hee hee, Saturn. It's fun. She'd be good with kids as long as she's not allowed to kill them. Darami, just give it a rest, okay? I'm sorry. If I was better at handling human relationships, this never would have happened. I hope that one of the 100 different paths and endings of this game is just going full on killing game like Darami wants. The mood here just keeps getting worse and worse. Gloom descended on the cafeteria. We gradually filed out and made our way back to the rooms, our hearts heavier than they had been in a long time. I'm exhausted already. But there's still plenty of the day left. I should try to make the most of it. The invaders might attack at any time. I gotta be ready for when they do. Free time! Let's save again. Save. We've made a few days progress here. I should fully catch up with the chat because I can see the end is in sight. Queen says, oh no! Green versus green. The green girl boss versus the green weakling. Queen says, Vero, your man was punched. Thoughts. Vera said, I'm crying as we speak. Officially on my poop list. There we go. 2 hours, 58 minutes, 55 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. On Twitch. On YouTube, I believe I'm still caught up. Wait, no. There's still some more. Let's see. Sveta says, Gaku Maruko blasting off again. Twinkle said, you censored. Takamaru actually fits his character. Him talking with pseudo swears actually fits him. Well, that's one I don't even like consider that one that he said a swear. I personally think I'd be fine with saying that one, even though I don't swear, but I know some people do think of that as like, as really borderline, and I don't want to even like give the appearance of that sort of thing, you know? So I'm glad that you think it fits the character, Sveta. It says, human relationships? Ato, why do you say it like that? It's like a joke that Clam and I have about how sometimes we just think it's funny to add the prefix human or earth at the beginning of things, just to make it sound like we might be aliens from outer space. But yeah, Vero, I can't believe that she's on your poop list since you were complaining about poop earlier. Now you apparently have a whole list of poop. Vero said, thank you for the very zip. I'm a Goyle stream. I had fun. Wait, hang on. We got 3, 2, 1. Hey, there's the 3-hour mark. Well, for those who are lurking, let me give you the quick rundown on the channel real quick. If you've stuck around, I know that this has been another bit of a sleepier stream. This game has not been as eventful, but I've been enjoying it. But for those who are lurking, we stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. The current main games we're alternating are this, the 100 Line Last Defense Academy, and Persona 5 Strikers. So that means tomorrow's going to be Persona 5 Strikers. Sunday, however, Sundays we're doing spooky games. Again, I shouldn't use plural. We started Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, and it's longer than I expected, so that's been taking up all of our Sundays. So that's what Sunday is going to be. We'll hopefully finish Chapter 3. I wanted to do 3 and 4, but I don't know if we can now. Here's our link tree. I'm going to copy this over to YouTube as well. That includes all of our social media, including a Discord invite, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that good fun stuff. Feel free to check it out or ignore it. There is no pressure either way on any of that stuff. It is all entirely up to you. And let me take a look here at the raid suggestions. I'm just going to pick the one that has the fewest number of viewers here. There we go. And we'll start populating. Oh, crap. I should have populated it earlier. I don't know if we're going to have enough people for a raid now because we kind of lost some lurkers there. We will see if we have enough, because as I said, it was a sleepier stream. Oh, we do, just barely. Just barely. Queegan said, think of the very Transkarua is real stream. Oh, crap. Now we're back down. I always say more than 5, and it's at 5. We'll see if we get enough. Otherwise, we just might not have a raid tonight. Queegan says, see y'all next time for surely the finale of Strikers. Surely. Vera says, oh my gosh, we had similar messages. Said tomorrow that the TF Conless buddies shall hang out together. I know. I'm bummed. I want to go to TF Con. But I can't. Can't afford it. But maybe in March when it's in LA again. And Sveta says, it sounds suspicious. It does. That's why it's so delightful and whimsical and fun. But yeah, so once again, tomorrow, Persona 5 Strikers. We are toward the end game, so if you're not familiar with it, you might want to avoid it for spoilers. I know the Queen Katie doesn't want to be there for like the Poppy Playtime stuff, but I'm having fun. Same with Castle, I think. But I still think it's fun. But then a week from Sunday, on November 2nd, is going to be our 5-year affiliate anniversary, so come check it out. We're doing a fan art challenge. There's more information on that in the announcement channel over on Discord. Yeah, it looks like we're not populating anymore, so I'm going to cancel out the raid. Boo. It's been a while since we've had to cancel a raid, at least a year or two. Not in year 2, at least a year. But yes, we're going to go ahead and cancel the raid. But thank you all for being here. You guys are wonderful. I love and appreciate you all. And now I don't have to rush off. But thank you all for being here. Like, I do really appreciate it. It means the world to me that you spend your evenings with me. And I'm excited to see you tomorrow night. And yeah, so everybody have a great night. See you next time. And this means the Twitch people get to see the very rarely seen ending screen. It's just the starting screen, but with fewer stuff. So bye, everybody. Bye. 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 To everyone on Twitch, and everyone on YouTube, and everyone watching the VOD. Oh, Vera said, wow, lost media. Chris says, see you guys tomorrow. Yes, see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye. Good night.